We're going to pray and go ahead with everything. Say, everybody go. Say, you guys want to be ready. We thank you, a very, very productive time. We thank you all water from everybody to work. You want back the pay and work nítorí mo ní idea iye tó cost for many of you to be here. It must be a lot of money. About owó ticket, about owó government want to owó hotel. It's a lot of money. So opportunity to get there one. Mo fẹ́ tó yẹ pé a lot of you, this is the first time you are seeing me. I want you to watch it, to be watching for me. And so that's why it's going to pray. Because when I'm not here to disrupt the program. Nítorí one of God lost some way in there. She saw after the break. We will still follow whatever is your program. But who are important can make comments lórí the presentation to motion. If we look at the presentation, I will use the word it is okay. That's all I'm going to say. I'm not here like that to say well at all. It is just okay. What I feel, maybe it does not seem we understand what is going on in Nigeria. It doesn't ever understand what is going on in Nigeria. You got to present that presentation. And let me first say one thing. I am guilty as you are. Because I lived there in Maryland for 28 years. Only last year August. So I didn't have an idea of what was going on in Nigeria. But as I was in Nigeria, God told me really anyway, so. That's why I'm looking at this. And I mean seriously. You know, I live in Ọgbomọsọ now. I live in Naira. In Ọgbomọsọ. So I have an idea what is going on. Not in Lagos, not in Ibadan, but what's going on in Ọgbomọsọ. The poverty level. We will not be doing this kind of presentation. I'm telling you. We are looking up to you a lot. And the reason is that it is a bad thing for the country. The exchange rate is a bad thing for the country. But it's a good thing for those of us who are abroad to do things for those who are in Nigeria. Let me first lay one background. Sean, I have one thing I call the 25-year plan. Because we will build Ọgbomọsọ more than 3 times in 30 years. So, ìgbà tí mo kéré ni mo máa ń lọ sí Ọgbomọsọ pẹ̀lú bàbá mi of blessed memory. But the Ọgbomọsọ tí mo mọ̀ kọ́ ni mo rí when I went back. It is not the way I thought Ọgbomọsọ was. When I got there, all I saw was intense suffering and poverty of the people. And that's that's why what made me come up with the 25-year development plan. Because as he says that it's the home of the brave. Two things about us is that we are warriors and we are entrepreneurs. It's in our DNA. That is, we are warriors, we are brave people, and also we are entrepreneurs. And when I saw the town, it does not look like the home of the brave. America is home of the brave. Is home of the brave. With the development, and to this country is a country of entrepreneurs. Small businesses no change now. So we are sharing the same thing with this country, but we can see the difference in this country, but we can't see it in our town. And that's why I came up with 25-year plan of us turning it around. And we'll talk about that one in the afternoon. Because it's a possibility. All we need is the right leadership. And I am here to provide the right leadership. The reason why I know I can do it is that I'm 63 years old, but I've been sitting on the board of financial company when I was 30 years old. I'm still sitting on different boards. I'm chairman of at least 5 companies. And that is true. I sat on the board of Bureau of Public Enterprise, which is a federal government board, for 4.5 years. So what am I trying to say? I have done very well in everything I put my hand on. So I know it's not going to. And that's what I'm bringing to the table. I'm bringing my net worth. I am far from being poor. Very far. I have the network. I have great relationships that can help any town. I have been to 65 countries. I've traveled wide. I have seen life in my 63 years that I want to bring to this time. All I've said is not arrogance, it is just the truth. It's the fact. So it is not me, and I have antecedent to show for it. Because a lot of people want to identify me, but that's one part of me that you know. But you said to me, shall identify on America, everybody more. Because I don't want my head to be mass of businesses that I was running simultaneously. But I found out a couple of things to the professor on this. Omuniwipe and unity. Ọgbomọsọ, ibi ìtẹ́bàtì ibi ilẹ̀ ní unity o. Ìtẹ́bàtì kúrò níbi ìtàjídé ìwà kò sí ìtọ́ tó jẹ́ unity. So, our Ọgbomọsọ land, our presentation session. Ọgbomọsọ land has 5 local governments. That wasn't what it was before. It was 1 local government. But àwọn aláyọ̀dé jẹ́ chairman. But our politicians came as márùn. So I'm sure of Ọgbomọsọ land, not sure of Ọgbomọsọ. So everywhere there is the Ọgbomọsọ land, which comprises of the 5 local governments, I'm sure over there. But some of them have refused that I should be over there. Because Andrew won't change villager in the Alara Ogbomọsọ. So ìyẹn wà bẹ́ẹ̀, owó wà bẹ́ẹ̀. So a lot of the things they have said why I decided to do this 25-year program. One of them said we will make sure it doesn't happen. Obanyo, ó send the message to me pé the minimum sọ yẹn, but here ló ń sọ in action. Amen. Ọ̀dọ́ tiẹ̀ you understand? Ọ̀dọ́ tiẹ̀ ìlú tiẹ̀ òun ni ò ti ní ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀. Ọ̀dọ́ ò ní sọ pé ní ibi tẹ̀lé wà ó. But ìgbà tí àwọn aráàlú ẹ bá di pé your own is excluded. Àwọn náà máa wá sọ fún ẹni pé o ò lè ṣe báyìí. Kò dé join insurance. So some of these things is we want it to be one source. All these efforts we are doing, it has to come from one source. And where is that source? Shomu's Palace. We want all of these things united under the 25-year plan. Let me tell you this. I am not trying to make a name for myself. I've made the name. I've made the name for myself already. I'm not trying to gaba. I had thousands of people I pastored for years. So it's not where I'm looking for that gaba or Mwawe. No, èrò tí ń tẹ̀lé mi. I pastored for 32 years. Èrò tí ń tẹ̀lé mi ti pẹ́ so èrò kọ́ ni mò ń wá. What I'm looking for is one thing. Like I told the people I spoke to yesterday evening, the best thing to share the me is to be SOUN of Ogbomoso. That's the best thing. So when you are the president in Nigeria, I would rather be SOUN of Ogbomoso. Because I have a lifetime job, presidency, to get election or to make job. This position is a position of honor. And that's why I told you people yesterday, those I spoke to yesterday, I will never bring disgrace to you, and you will never regret that I'm your king. Amen. If I go and check my antecedent, that's what I'm bringing to this place. So, one of the first things is there is no unity amongst us in Ọgbomọsọland. And nǹkan tí ò bá ní orí is a monster. There must be a head. And the Lord sọ pé Ṣọ̀ún òun ni head in Ọgbomọsọland. And don't get me wrong, nearly 90% of the Obas are in full support that Ṣọ̀ún is the head. But there are some who have refused to accept Ṣọ̀ún as the head. I don't want the same thing also to happen here, because when I look at the town, we see unity. But there's unity, divided will fall. That's the thing. I tried to have a meeting with all the others in the zone. I'm giving you a preview of what I'm going to share later with us. 23 notable others we invited. 20 of them came. One sent a message, 2 refused to come. The next thing I got was that I got a letter from the government. And that, why am I having a zonal meeting? So I responded to the government. Because I want méjì tí wọ́n wá, wọ́n lọ influence the government. I'm on tape. And so it can be said. They went to influence the government. If they kill the teacher, I'm SOUN of Ogbomosoland. And the job after Bamisho, my Bamisho. So I responded to the government to say I didn't have a zonal meeting. I wonder why it began. No, I didn't have a zonal meeting. I had a meeting of all the people in Ogbomosoland. In Ogbomoso zone, there is Ogbomoso zone, there is Okeogun zone, the Barapa zone, Ibadan zone, and the Oyo zone. We have 5 major zones. So I asked them, is this kind of letter written to Okeogun? If not anything, I know the people in Okeogun, all the others come together. Why is Ọgbomọsọ different? But I found out in àwọn Ọgbomọsọ people tó wà ní government àwọn ni wọ́n lọ influence letter yẹn, so they don't want unity, and where there is no unity there cannot be progress. Báwo ni progress yìí fa? So mo wá rí pé nǹkan tó fà á tí a ti wà níbi tá a wà nìyẹn, but let me tell you this, I'm determined for the progress of Ọgbomọsọ. That was the response I gave to the person who wrote the letter. that these meetings are going on in other zones. Why is Ọgbomọsọ different? Because they know that if we get united, it is the strength that we have. One ṣe meeting tá a ṣe, one ṣe ní Ìbàdàn, ṣé tó ní Ìbàdàn wá pé meeting tó gbé gbogbo àwọn tó wà níbẹ̀, anybody máa collect us in. One ṣe lókè Ògùn, tí Aláàfin bá ṣe lọ́yọ̀ọ́ tó bá pe meeting ṣe wá collect us in. Ipe ó pe gbogbo àwọn ọba tó wà under. Why are you writing it about Ọgbomọsọ? Because they know the strength that we have. And the strength we have is unbelievable. Clearly, like by motivation, we will realize the Lord partial as well. And you will hear it when I do my presentation. God is partial to us. The 18 months after I was chosen, before my installation, is when I realized that Ọgbomọsọ sons and daughters, we are all over the place. Not all over the place alone, doing very well all over the place. And ó dà yìí pé orúkọ Ogunlọlá òun ló ń ro gbogbo wa. Ṣé àwọn pé ẹ̀yin demonstrate yẹn ẹ mọ̀ pé nǹkan tí Ogunlọlá sọ fún Aláàfin ni pé ẹ jẹ́ kí n máa lọ ṣọ̀hún. So gbogbo wa nǹkan tá a kàn ń ṣe ní akọ̀lọ́ ń ṣọ̀hún Ọgbomọsọ. That's all we are doing. The number of Ọgbomọsọ people tó wọ́n nílé ní Ìbàdàn tí wọ́n dẹ̀ ń wálé tọ́jú ìjọba ògbọ́n ti lẹ́gbẹ́ Ìbàdàn lọ gbé. So akọ̀lọ́ ń ṣọ̀hún ni ẹ̀rù gbogbo ẹ̀jẹ̀ wà lẹ́yìn ẹ̀ ń ṣọ̀hún bí náà. Ẹ̀ ń ṣe Amẹ́ríkà náà. Amẹ́ríkà. That is what the message I have for us. We have the greatest potential in the southwestern part of Nigeria than any other town in the southwest. So we must be united. So Mungo presentation tí wọ́n ṣe gbogbo àwọn different chapters. It is good that we have chapters. Very, very good. Because it will bring us close to every local area that we have. But please, let it be under one umbrella. Ẹ má jẹ́ ká sọ pé àwọn ará Dallas àbáwọn ilé ṣe, àwọn ará Maryland àbáwọn ilé ṣe. That is important go through me to see power. So let's all come under one umbrella. And that is where our strength will lie. So whoever is the president, like we have the president come over, when he gives a charge, don't let us say we are not under him. Let's be under one person. If the Latima were united, if the Latima need any strength, that's what is going to happen. Because what I expect is that the next time Tabamawa, by God's grace, next year, by next year, I'm telling us what we are going to do. We are going to go to Maryland next year.
That
Ọgbomọsọ sons and daughters. Start a small chapter there. Let me say this one. What I am trying to do is to make Ọgbomọsọ a model city in Nigeria. We want to make Ọgbomọsọ a model city in Nigeria. I want to say it one more time for emphasis sake. We want to make Ọgbomọsọ a model city in Nigeria. One of the Ọgbomọsọ come out to say it is very, very possible. I'm going to lay out the plan to us this afternoon session, and you will find out that you will be wondering, it's not whether artificially available is. And if we are all united, I am telling you, because there is a role that America is going to play. America always leads the world. Our sons and daughters here in America must also lead, must come up to the leadership level of the development of the town. Let me say this one. I know the Honorable Commissioner is here. Anybody waiting for government to do anything, what is it? I'm telling you, what is it? Everybody now, look at the schools. Secondary school, secondary school. Ìgbà tí mo lọ bẹ̀ last year, mi ò dá school yẹn mọ́. Completely run down. Mo bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí, mo ní kíní building come and be mo bẹ̀ ti kú. It's the same story all over Nigeria. There is a school now, the government college Ibadan. I heard that our students in government college, our students take over the school.
Yes, you're right.
Employment, everything I want to say. A school that was the envy of everybody, that everybody wanted to do. Sherry, is that stage we are also in Ọgbomọsọ? If we want our schools, the education system, and don't let me get into that. I'm going to talk about that later. But we have to. So the plan is that 70% of the development of Ọgbomọsọ will come. I'm going to take that again. 70% of the development of Ọgbomọsọ will come from the people of Ọgbomọsọ in diaspora. Listen, diaspora, any local diaspora, anybody joke and build Ọgbomọsọ, diaspora. So, imagine Ọgbomọsọ bring saying diaspora. Imagine Ọgbomọsọ diaspora. Imagine Ọgbomọsọ bring Ibadan, diaspora. So, it is the combination. It is the combination of all our sons and daughters. Because I want to one day outside Ọgbomọsọ, one more Jew and I go to Ọgbomọsọ. So I want my help one. Because I say, I want to one day. I shall be the way to do it. Somebody help around, I help around. So we are going to reach out to every Ọgbomọsọ sons and daughters who is living outside the town to be able to contribute. And I'm going to lay out that plan for you. And you will see that if you are truly a son and a daughter of the town, you will do something. And that's what we want. And I'm telling you, you have the right leadership in me. Because my word will be my word. Politician man, I'm there for 4 years, maximum 8 years. Any lifetime you want. So the bank power for me, and I suppose the local power, the you need that power for one. What we agree to do is exactly what is going to happen. That's my personal training, that's my personal profession. In Ọgbomọsọ, nǹkan tó bá sọ pé a máa fi ṣe òun náà máa fi ṣe. Òótọ́ ni mo sọ. Some of you might have heard, I was pastoring in Maryland. I retired last year, August. I left nearly $7 million in cash. $7 million in cash. I left property worth nearly 15 million. I walked away from all of this to go and become SOUN of Ogbomoso. So, I am telling you, I have the antecedent that anybody can verify. That whatever I say, they know that's what I'm going to do. And that's what I want to do for Ogbomoso. This is a town that has great potential, amazing potential. The number of Ogbomoso sons and daughters who have called me since I become, I'm humbled. And that's why I told people, I have one of the best jobs in this world by being SOUN of Ogbomoso. Baba God ní ọmọ pẹ́ fẹ́ràn mi tó yìí sọ mi di SOUN Ogbomoso. You know why? Because of the people who are from the town that I keep meeting on a daily basis. I am proud to be their king. Because when you see the people, eminent personalities like you here, look at the people who are here. I am proud to say I'm their king. So this is a town. Àkọ́ni máa fẹnu sọ àwọn èèyàn láti wíwé ìlú yìí lè yàtọ̀. Àìlóṣùwárí mo sọ yẹn. I will give you more information. Things have started and we are on the right track. That people change people ask me for 25 years. I just said that because that's a generation. So we want to bequeath to the next generation a wonderful city. That's what we want to bequeath to it. We want to bequeath to Ogbomoso to the next generation. That everybody, the power of Ogbomoso, one of our younger people of Ogbomoso, and our Mowati, they will be praising us. We left a town like this to them, for them. That's what we do. So I know that we are about to do fundraising. I want us. I don't even know whether you should do the fundraising now or maybe after. But you can launch whatever you want to launch. But this is not a fundraising of $10. I'm telling you, it's not. Let me tell you this. One of the things we have done, and I don't know if somebody has a laptop here. If you go to the website, the SOUN of Ogbomoso.net, one of the first things we set up on that website is the ability to give money from all over the world. If you want to give on a monthly basis, you can give. We will need people to continue to give on a monthly basis. And you will know why later when I make my presentation. Because maybe I should just give you an idea. We want Ogbomoso sons and daughters that in the next 10 to 15 years are to populate the government. But how can we? How much populate government? The level of area boys that are on top of room, we don't want that again. So why do I say that a lot of us have to contribute? Contribution $10 a month, because we want that anybody to buy Jeomo Luba must have one basic thing, a primary school education. So when you see me, the whole of school. And it will be a disgraceful thing for any parent who doesn't send his child to school. So we must make sure that there is free primary education. We want them to even have free secondary education. That is the plan. Because still, I can't be, I'm a Jehu, I want to buy them. You only want to say, you only like to follow to. So I need like to make sure that I want more Ogbomoso carry. If we want them to be in decision-making table, I think one way to come and make decision about. I think I will not joke with you not making decision. If you see the difference between our town and Ibadan, we are the second largest. I lived for 28 years, 27 years with Ibadan. Monshino, Ibadan place. Monshino, Ibadan. The difference that Ibadan has witnessed, Ọgbomọsọ, I have not witnessed anything. All the industry that I knew while I was growing up, no industry is existing at the time. No, baby. So it's important for us as we give that we want to give towards our town. Remember, we want our town to be a model town, and it is a task that must be done. It is not actually anybody to buy any say or better to come and cook in some one. People to buy them on one, we are ready to excuse you. But to buy Ọgbomọsọ, you must buy into this vision for us to have a city that we will be proud of. Everybody should love Dubai. Yes. That's what we want. Come and look at your Ọgbomọsọ. And that's the kind of people we are. And that is why we are. That's why we are what we are in the past, but not present. Ọgbomọsọ was second when I was in primary school, when we were doing geography, secondary school. Nobody saw Ibadan, nobody saw Kano, Ọgbomọsọ. What talks about Ọgbomọsọ now? Abẹ́òkúta, Àkúrẹ́, Òṣogbo, gbogbo wọn ti tó ju àná. Because there has not been the attraction for people to come there. We want to attract people to come there. That's what we are going to do. And God has given me the plan of how it is easy for you to happen. I will share it with us today. And you will see that things are, don't forget, all of you, won't you again, of how you can happen. And I've seen how God has started with the thing. Mo máa sọ fún àwọn tó ń ṣiṣẹ́ pẹ̀lú mi ní ìsìnkú ní ẹni ọ̀lẹ́ ra bàṣíà nítorí ojú máa rọ̀. Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni ojú máa rọ̀ ẹni lọ́ra bá ẹ má gbé bọ́kẹ́tì wa bàṣíà nítorí ẹ mọ̀ kó jẹ́ bàṣẹ́. Nítorí ojú máa rọ̀. Ojú máa rọ̀. And one thing is that I know people find it difficult to part with their money. But people part with their money if they can believe their money will be used for what it is. Do you agree with me? Yes. I am putting my name on the line that whatever we say we are using the money for is what we are going to use it for. Oru report lágbára Ọlọ́run mo jẹ́ oru report àmàṣe next year lágbára Ọlọ́run. Gbogbo nǹkan tẹ́ ṣe èmi nìkan gan mo ti ṣe jù bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ lóṣù mẹ́fà nǹkan tí gbogbo yín ṣe pọ̀. Ó tọ́jú mo sọ ẹ sọ pé ná 7 million. I spend an average of 3 to 4 million every month, and I can show you in the town. Of course. What are you saying? Not 7 million. I alone contributed over 20-something million towards the water project. Gbogbo you are not 7 million. No, sincerely, no, sincerely. But I know that ever Mobitan law Gbogbo over 7 million. That's all the palliative. Palliative that one give. People will give us every month to buy now. Palliative will give them what we That's why you first of all bad. I was just being diplomatic by saying okay. But you know what is that? We can't talk about the past because we can't help what has happened. We can help where we are going. So I want to share with us where we are going. That's it. let me give you an idea. The local government, Gbogbo, Emini, bulldozer, grader, tractor gbogbo ẹ̀, everything is down. Èmi mo tún gbogbo ẹ̀ ṣe from my pocket. So the last of us 7 million. Only even one of them is nearly 7 million. To put it for low. Because maybe you don't understand. When you understand, when I share with you, you will find out that you will never do this kind of presentation where she is. That's what people say, only things on. Because this kind of thing, but we will pay a money. But then everybody will rise up. Because we don't have Nigeria to fix. We are not called to fix Oyo State. We are called to fix Ọgbomọsọland. We have only one major town. That's all we want to fix. So we see the people who are going to ṣẹlẹ̀ ní kò sí the people who are going to ṣẹlẹ̀ ní Ìṣẹ̀yìn. Kò sí the people who are going to ṣẹlẹ̀ ní Ìbàdàn. Nǹkan tó kàn wá òun ní ìlú wa. Ọgbomọsọ nǹkan tó kàn wá nìyẹn. That's what we want to develop. And I'm telling you, you have the right person in the leadership. I'm telling you. So, Mr. President, that's why I said this is okay. But where we are going, I tell you what, like Barodon, I is a representation. And you don't have to see that before. Ọgbomọsọ. Eléyìí ìjọba máa wá next time mo ṣe sọ̀rọ̀ yìí làwọn kan máa sọ̀rọ̀ wípé I'm the one who fix this one, I'm the one who build this one, I'm the one who ìkọ́ta máa sọ nìyẹn. When you hear my presentation, I am sure that nearly most of the things we plan to do àwọn èèyàn máa pick a me ibi ọ̀rọ̀ tó bá yẹ kó ní ìdílé ìdáṣẹ́lẹ̀ tí gbogbo wa bá ṣe nǹkan tó yẹ ká ṣe no matter how small. We all contribute. Èèyàn márùn-ún èmi nìkan ò lè dá ṣe but àwọn mẹ́wàá akórawájọ àṣẹ. You will suddenly find out in 5 years ní dá ìlú yẹn mọ́. Ó tọ́ ni why do you think I decided to pay for bulldozer grader and all of those things? Nítorí tẹ́ bá wọ I know the commissioner is tẹ́ bá fẹ́ wọ Ọgbomọsọ ní ibi iwájú Bowen. The place is so bad. But who is going to do it for us? The local government, nǹkan tó ní òṣìṣẹ́. So orúkọ tá dúró the government local government yẹ kó kọ́ lọ great ibẹ̀ yẹn kọ́ you understand that's what we are supposed to have done. But ìgbà tí wọ́n máa ṣe wọn òṣìṣẹ́ kí ni a máa fẹ́ ṣe? Gbogbo àmà káwọ́ pọ̀ àmà káwọ́ gbẹ̀lú we can't do that. We want our town to be a model town. And if we can't do some basic things, how can it be? That's why I decided. I went there and the government told me I should write a letter to say I'm going to. I wrote the letter. I said I'm not joking. And I'm giving them, I spent nearly 10 million just trying to repair those machines. And there are people who are here who can do the same. It will be 10 million. Open the million in Naira. That's what $6,000. Tell your member about Kojo. So that one 1,000. That's $6,000. So kò pọ̀ tó tó yẹn tí bulldozer kan bá dẹ̀ ṣiṣẹ́ ẹ̀mọye nǹkan tó lè ṣe ẹ̀mọye títì yàgò bá àsìkò òjò lélẹ̀ gbogbo ẹ̀ ti bàjẹ́ lọ́dún máa bá a tún ṣe àmàdúró the government no na we can't wait for government we have to take this thing lè àṣẹ dúró the government gbogbo schools wà bàjẹ́ nìyẹn àdúró gbogbo títì gbogbo lé tẹ́ bá dé south ní Buhari àbá so if you want to give let's give it will be used for one thing the development of our town ẹ sọ̀rọ̀ bọ́ọ̀lù ẹ bẹ yẹ bọ́ọ̀lù tí mo ti ṣe gbogbo yẹn ṣe wọ́n bọ́ọ̀lù. Let me tell you this in the past 2 weeks nearly every week we ṣe bọ́ọ̀lù fún àwọn títí. Èmi ni wọ́n sọ o bí o fẹ́ gọ́ọ̀mẹ̀ntì o èmi sọ̀rọ̀ ni mo ń ṣe o owó ẹ̀kọ́ ni mo fi ń ṣe o ẹ sọ̀rọ̀ ilé ẹ̀jẹ̀ presentation, we did one goal since 2021. 3 years ago.
Money.
Are you here that you buy money? We want to forget the past. We want to go to a glorious future. Thank you very much. Please, I would like us to do something. And I don't mind waiting for us, but I will see that disrespect that when I'm talking, any other person is talking. And please, I want us to be seated.
Ẹ̀yin tẹ́ wà ń bẹ̀ yẹn jọ please can you be seated please.
There are still some people sitting, and we will want everybody to be seated if we are going to be here. I hope we have all finished eating. Is there anybody still eating? Can you show by raising up your hand if you are still eating? Unfortunately, what I emphasized is exactly what is going on. And that is, I told the president that I wanted to speak in the morning. Because I know that after lunch, it is not the best thing to speak. But he promised me that I shouldn't worry. And because I didn't, this is the reason why I came to America, to share my vision with us. And this vision is very important. I can see that some people are already leaving. But we will try our very best because the presentation I have will take about 2 hours. This is what I told you. Trust me, I told the president in the morning that I wanted to do this thing in the morning. Because once people are eating, they will not have the patience to listen to this presentation. But he promised me that there won't be a problem. Let me first welcome every one of us to today's convention. And I'm believing that, like I said earlier on, it will be profitable to all of us in one way or the other. I've come really to challenge us to build up our time. Because mo believe me, we are better than what it is now. And like I also said earlier on, I'm bringing integrity, experience, and leadership to this town of Ọgbomọsọ. I've had over 33 years in private and public sector, and I've started in the boards of many organizations. From financial institution to religious organization to non-profit organization, I've sat on different boards, and so I believe I'm bringing the experience as the SOUN of Ogbomoso. I want to introduce my family who is here. My wife Omo is here, and I have 2 daughters. Let them all start. I have 2 daughters. They don't look like twins, but they are twins. Yes. So, yeah, you understand. There are issues for us to deal with, and I'm believing that you will give me the patience for me to do this. hours is going to be too long, I can divide it. Do 1 hour now and do 1 hour in the evening.
Yes.
You say what? All right, but anyway, we'll see how far we go. All right, now, whoever is doing this, who is behind this? All right. Please go to Opera of the King. The thing is that the time has come for our land to rise and claim the destiny as the foremost beacon in Yoruba land. And like he said to us earlier on, two things in power, or we are warriors, and that's why we are all over the world. The second thing is that we are entrepreneurs. We are very enterprising people. And those two things are the things I would like to bring out in each and every one of us. Let's go to purpose. The primary objective of our 25-year development plan is to establish an environment that is conducive to growth across all sectors within the community, ultimately fostering prosperity throughout Ọgbomọsọland. We understand that achieving a sustainable community development necessitates a collective engagement of all stakeholders, extending beyond the government efforts alone, by prioritizing accessible information. As I go on, I want each and every one of us every organization that we are in, there are, like I said also earlier on, 70% of this load is going to be borne by us. 30% will look up to government to do. Just 30%. That is road infrastructure, drainage system, water projects, electricity. I want to see full government in there. But most of the development are machine, and we have more than enough people who are from our town who can do this. Let's go on because of time. It goes to where this document outlines the path towards the new Ọgbomọsọ. And like I said, we want to create a model town. Afẹ́kí ìlú wa kó yàtọ̀. Kí wọ́n máa fi ìlú wa ṣe àpèjúwe ìlú. Kọ́ máa sọ pé ṣé ìlú yìí dàbí Ọgbomọsọ? We want to be the one to set the standard. And I tell you today, ó possible fún wa láti ṣe. Tí gbogbo wa bá decide pé a fẹ́ ṣe, we can surely do it. And we are going to do it. Amen. So, go to introducing the 25-year development plan. A lot of these things, in this presentation, is the presentation and staff me. I'll be saying some of these things as I go on. I've employed 6 people, and these 6 people are on my payroll. All graduates, some of them have masters. They are working with me in the palace. So they are the ones who put together, I share my vision with them. They are the ones who are working with me. Because the local government staff, and I'm not putting down anybody, they cannot do or execute the major part of this 25-year vision that we have to translate the thing. So what do? I recruited graduates, and they went through rigorous interview, and I put them on my payroll so that I can execute this. Mo fẹ́ kí ẹ mọ̀ pé kìíní tí mò ń ṣe and nǹkan tí mo fẹ́ kí a ṣe ó wà important sí mi. So I'm trying to put my money where my mouth is. So kò yẹ pé mo kàn déédéé sọ ibi mo kàn fẹ́ encourage àwọn èèyàn no mo láti kọ́kọ́ wá encourage tó encourage àwọn èèyàn. So that is the reason why I am saying some things. It is not pride, it is fact. What I am saying to you today, this presentation is nothing but facts. So one of the things tí mo wò pé báwo la ṣe máa ṣe kìíní àti ìgbà tí kótó ti pé gómìnà approve nǹkan táwọn afọbajẹ ṣe 18 months. I'm sure that most of us are not ní a fi dúró. In those 18 months tí mo ti mọ̀ pé ní májẹ̀sí mi ò kọ̀ káwọ́ gbé àyà kí n máa wò pé ọjọ́ wo ni gómìnà máa sọ. I went to work. In actual fact, I commissioned a consultant company. I personally gave them 10 million naira. I shared my vision with them. Was transforming this town. Because I went to Ogbomoso only 3 times in 30 years. Then it took me 2 months láti do it. I started in January. By March, I had been chosen. I started to think, after living here for 28 years, going back to this place, there is a reason to learn from me, which I'm eternally grateful to God for. Òun ni pé Ọlọ́run fẹ́ kí n bring gbogbo experiences in life mi to bring it to bear to help this town. Like I said, I've been to 65 countries. Most people in their lifetime never go to more than 2 or 3 countries. So to be to 65 countries of this world, I knew that there is a reason why. I didn't understand it then. I just love to see the world. But when I became Shaun, I knew the reason why God has exposed me so much. So that the things I have seen, and what I baby, you know, buying baby, 28 years with baby, which is 1 year in Germany, so 29 years we were out of the country. Nu rí pé òyìnbó ò gbọ́njú wa lọ. Rárá, wọn ò dẹ̀ lórí méjì. A ní wọn la ń gbé, wọn ò lórí méjì, wọn ò dẹ̀ gbọ́njú wa lọ. Wọ́n kàn mọ nǹkan wọ́n ṣe lẹ́sẹẹsẹ ni. They are more orderly. They submit themselves to the rule of law, and they have the fear of the rule of law. That's it. Kò sí tí wọ́n ti kọ́ adìyẹ alẹ́. Ìdí tí wọ́n fi ń kó ní ìlú tiwa òní pé wọ́n mọ̀ pé tó bá kó wọn á mú ẹ̀. Àwa ò lè ṣe nǹkan tó mọ̀ ẹ̀ kó you can get away with more than. So one of the ways I thought about it is that let's divide this town and Ọgbomọsọland into areas, province, zone, and region. Area will be the smallest part of everywhere. We will have areas. Please follow me, the person doing the thing. You will have area which will be the smallest. Then you will have zones. Then you will have province. Because after even development, after kí ìsàlẹ̀ ọ̀rá àbí ibi òkè kìíní kan òkè lérè kí ìbìkan dájú bìkan lọ. After ghetto in the model town. We want everywhere to be developed. And Cherry, this is why some of the things I'm saying, and only my yiwa ní ìsìn, but I yiwa later. Nítorí ẹ̀ ń gbọ́ nǹkan tí mo ń sọ ni. Gbogbo nǹkan tí mo fẹ́ sọ fún yìí ó ti wà lórí mi yìí for the past 2 years. Mo ti ro. Kó tó di pé àwọn tó ń ṣiṣẹ́ fún mi mo wá ṣe ẹ̀ pẹ̀lú wọn tàbí wá bring this together, this presentation. So the smallest area, a máa wò pé kí ni gbogbo nǹkan tó láti wà ní every area. So for example, we might be able to the north and south. Nítorí mi ò mọ̀ ìgbà tí mo jọba mo ṣe mọ̀ north and south, Ọgbomọsọ kan ni mo mọ̀. North and south, then Oríire, Surulere àti Ògo-Olúwa. But north and south, we will divide it into areas. And those other ones, nítorí wọn were as densely populated, we will divide them also. But like I was saying to our elders who are me earlier on, we need unity for this to happen. Ṣọ̀ún dẹ̀ ni olórí, èmi kọ́ ni mo sọ bẹ́ẹ̀ láti gba nìyẹn. Nítorí everybody tó wá wọ́n sáwá bá Ṣọ̀ún nígbà tí oko Fúlàní tó ń jà wọ́n ni. Òun ni wọ́n wá. So yí pé ọba kan wà l'Ógbómọ̀ṣọ́ kò sọba tó ju Ṣọ̀ún kò dẹ̀ sọba tó wà nílẹ̀kùn Ṣọ̀ún. Nítorí Ṣọ̀ún ló dá ìlú ẹ̀ lẹ́yìn. So àwọn òkèlè ni máa sọ pé ó bá àwọn níbẹ̀ kankan but àbí àwọn àlógó but everybody submitted that Ṣọ̀ún is the paramount one. And that's why in Ọ̀yọ́ State there are only 3 of us. Olúbàdàn, Aláàfin àti Ṣọ̀ún. We are the only 3 imperial majesties. So government got to define it. Wípé ní Ọgbomọsọ area Ṣọ̀ún imperial majesty is not his highness, it's not his majesty. So even government have done that. So let me go back. North and south, we divide it into areas, into zones, into province, and into regions. So we will now ask ourselves, what are the 3 things, 4 things, 5 things? It might be 10 things. Every area must have. What are the 5 things, or 10 things, or 2 things every zone must have? Every province must have, every region must have. So for example, maybe we divide Ọgbomọsọ into 300 areas. So every 10 areas will make one zone. Every 10 areas will make one zone. So that means we are going to have 30 zones. Then maybe every 5 zones will make one province. Then maybe we'll have 6 provinces. Maybe every 2 provinces will make one region. Then we'll have 2 or 3 regions. So, but the way we are going to put this finally together is to ask ourselves, what must every area have? What must every zone have? What must every province have? What must every region have? So a lot of things that people are doing now in Ọgbomọsọ, a lot of people why now àwọn nítorí area kan àwọn ti wá àwọn fẹ́ ṣe empowerment like fẹ́ ṣe kọ́ nìyẹn ní ìsìn. Tí èèyàn kan bá wá tó bá lóun fẹ́ ṣe empowerment, ẹ má gbàgbé pé a ti divide Ọgbomọsọ into provinces, into areas and zones. So zone yìí fún wọn ní zone 1 this time. Next time téèyàn kan bá wá fún wọn ní zone 2. Tí àwọn mẹ́wàá bá wá zone 1 to 10 láti máa pín nìyẹn. So kò ní jẹ́ pé ibì kan ni wọ́n kàn máa fún wọn ní nǹkan. If tá bá fẹ́ ṣe scholarship, as you will see later on, we will divide things according to zones or according to areas, according to province, according to regions. Láti máa pín nǹkan nìyẹn. So kò ní jẹ́ pé ibì kan àwọn area kan àwọn èèyàn máa ń pín motorcycle ọ̀kadà. Àwọn kan ló kọ̀ máa gbà ó tì. Everybody must benefit. One person must benefit from every zone or every area as the case might be. People tá bá fẹ́ ṣe scholarship like I said, láti máa ṣe náà nìyẹn. Tá bá fẹ́ ṣe competition láti máa ṣe nìyẹn. So that everybody will feel part of the town. Everybody will feel that they belong to what we are trying to do in the town. Wọ́n ní sọ pé torí area tí mo ń gbé yìí kò sí nǹkan tó pín tó débẹ̀. Nǹkan tí a bá fẹ́ pín ó máa dé everywhere. So we have done next slide. So you could see now we've taken the town. Lautech, I spoke to them in Lautech. So they helped us with this map that we're seeing. We've divided it into provinces. They started with provinces and then the streets in all of those areas. Let me say this because I will be saying some things, you might not follow the right order, but I don't want to forget. Because as you are getting old, you forget things. Ṣẹ́rí gbogbo àwọn títì like my make owó nìyẹn o because àwọn èèyàn sọ pé wàá ìfẹ́ fọ́ǹdì kìíní like my fọ́ǹdì ni ṣẹ́rí gbogbo àwọn títì tẹ̀ nìyẹn yóò fún wọn lórúkọ ta ló wọ̀ fún wọn lórúkọ ẹni tó bá fẹ́ kí orúkọ ẹ̀ a máa ta àwọn títì yẹn pẹ̀lú nípa You know, the thing is this, is that, don't, excuse me, ẹ má gbàgbé pé mo ní 70% of what we want to do, àwa la máa fund it. The new central bank láti máa tẹ owó. So we have to be ingenious of how we are going to generate the funds. So I called the chairman of Ọgbomọsọ North. I called the chairman of the 5 local governments. Only 2 of them agreed to come. Àwọn yòókù ní àwọn wà. Ṣé máa wọlé? Wọ́n ní ṣọ̀hún Ọgbomọsọ North nìkan ní mo wà. That's what is going on. That's what's going on. Because àwọn ọba kan wà tí wọ́n ní kò sí influence èmi ní south. But omi tá a ṣe ọba yóò fi kọ́bọ̀ sílẹ̀ I put down over 20 million. Meanwhile south ni ibi tí reservoir wà mo ní so kàtì káwọn ará south kan máa ń di o. Bóyá wọn ní ilé kúrò bẹ́ẹ̀. But ìyẹn ọ̀rọ̀ ọjọ́ mi. But anyway, what we plan to do is that I'm not going to let those who are not ready to support to stop what we want. Because let me tell you one thing, we have a momentum. Now, there is an excitement that has been created by me becoming Sean. I cannot let people lose that momentum because of the naysayers. Àwọn kan wà kò ṣe ṣe ni wọ́n wà. So àwọn kan wà agídí tálíkà ni wọ́n ní àyígbà lọ́dọ̀ bá sọ nìyẹn. You understand? But èmi ò ń wo àwọn tí wọ́n fẹ́ ṣe o. I focus on those who want to do and then I do what I would like to do and what I would like to see. So Orubi like fẹ́ ṣe nìyẹn. But all this map I did it for the whole of Ọgbomọsọ North and South. That's it. But their chairman refused to come because he feels he has allegiance to one of the others. Please. But that is not going to stop us. At the right time, we will come. So that's how we intend to generate funds, by naming these streets after people. People will pay for it. We will let people know very soon. We are working out the modalities. We will let people know how much 10 meters. We will measure each road by meters. And so we will be selling, because the roads are never the same length. So, but it will be measured according to meters. So whether each meter will be X, and if it is 50 meters, it will be times 50. And that's one of the ways we are going to generate a lot of funds that we are looking for towards our development. Good news, nígbà yìí tẹ́ wà ní America, àyìn tẹ́ wà ní the diaspora outside Nigeria. Òun ní pé náírà ti cheap fún yín báyìí. So a lot of people might be able to afford the thing. But don't forget, this is for life, so it's not going to be cheap. Because orúkọ tó bá ti sọ títì yẹn, òun ló máa continue like Nigeria. So it's not going to be cheap. But let's look because of time. So you can see we've done a lot with that. We've mapped out the whole place into provinces. If you look at it into areas, into regions, we have done that. So the next thing after area and all of those things is to set up committees. So I talked with my team. We were able to come up with 13 committees. And I'm not saying this is exhaustive, but as we go on, there might be more. So the first one that I set up, only the cultural committee. And let me say this one, so we don't also forget, is that December 18th to the 24th, December 18th to the 24th, we will be having what we have called Ọgbomọsọ Cradle Festival. We have inaugurated that committee. The committee has registered with CAC. So we have registered Ọgbomọsọ Cradle Festival. It is supposed to encompass the 5 local governments. So one of the things I also did when I got there is to say that the key egungun come and judge the great one in judge this. Nítorí wọ́n máa lura wọn, wọ́n máa ṣára wọn kankan. That's not egungun again, because it's supposed to be a fun time. But kábẹ̀rẹ̀sí lura wa last time wọ́n sọ wọ́n ṣára wọn ládàá kan. So I now told them that kí egungun come and wọ́n dẹ̀ mọ́. And we will only do it once in a year in December. So all egungun wọ́n lè máa ìjọ tí wọ́n máa ń ṣe nítorí àwọn kan a lot of them ṣe ní July, but gbọ́dọ̀ wọ́de ẹ lè ṣe nílé yín gbogbo nǹkan tẹ́ bá fẹ́ bọ́ gbogbo ètò tẹ́ bá fẹ́ ṣe ẹ ṣe nílé yín, but tó bá di December ni gbogbo egungun máa jáde a máa fún wọn ní different dates. So the committee has been working very well. Like I said, I want to register, what's it called? Whether it's the EFCC clearance for them to open a bank account. And so we are inviting all of you to come home when you come home. Why did I decide to set December? Because we want people to do 2 things. Number 1, we want people to love their town. Because if people love their town, they will, every opportunity to come, they will come. If people love their town, anytime they are in Nigeria, they will come to their town. They will find a reason. If people love their town, they will invest in their town. If people love their town, they will have hope in their town. And that's what we want to have. So every December is a holiday period. Because I can see time here. And we also want people to love their king. Because if people love their king, they will support whatever he has. They will be there, they will support his vision, they will support his dream. They will have access to him. They are not going to, if they have anything, they will go to him and tell him. If they have any idea, they want the king to succeed. Because if the king succeeds, it is a benefit to their town. If the king succeeds, it's a benefit to the town. And if they are proud of their town, they will want their king to succeed. And that's why a couple of things going on back home that some of you have heard about. People think is a quarrel between myself and the head of the chief imam. No. It is the town that is fighting, it's not me. And people are misunderstanding the thing. Because I am the representative of all of it. If something shameful comes towards me, it affects you. Then, èmi ni bàbá everybody. So tó bá pé bàbá èèyàn ló lòṣì, tí bàbá ò bá jà, ó yẹ kó ọmọ jà fún. Nítorí wọ́n sọ pé ìwọ tó ò jà fún ọmọ olòṣì yẹn. Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni lòṣì rí nìyẹn. That's why tó máa find out pé tó bá bú bàbá èèyàn, tó bá bú màmá èèyàn, ó máa jà nínú àbí. But I might hear you later. So we have the cultural committee, which is the first one. And it is to bring out our culture. So we've set it up for that 1 week. So we are going to from the 5 local governments, they're going to give them some money. But we want it to be like a festival. I think could that be it's an hybrid of the Calabar Festival and Ojujoba. That's what we are planning for. But we want it to be very colorful. So I went to go we will give them money for them to look colorful and look okay and guide them. So for example, in America, you can have you have somebody who will work with you. So we will have a colorful occasion in stadium. Something similar to Ojujoba, but our own is going to be better than that. The way we are planning it. So it's going to be a 1 week of complete activity of showcasing what Ọgbomọsọ is about. So we are starting pẹ̀lú ọdún ọ̀lẹ̀ January ló máa ń ṣe ọ̀gbọ́n ní kó máa ṣe kọjá kàṣe ní December, and then the different tradition, the different egungun and everything. We want to display our ashoke, our akarebe, our gbegiri, and all of those things all over the town. We will have our golf tournament on the Saturday of it, so it's going to be a 1 week of activity. We are going to officially launch it in September, and you will hear the details of it. We are working with different organizations. You understand? No one's of my book, but when you come out worry, because ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ wa ń bá mi ní Nàìjíríà tó ń sọ fún mi pé kí la lè ṣe fún ìlú wa. A ní ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ nǹkan tá a fẹ́ ṣe o, so a máa sọ fún mi. So we set up that one, and that one is going on very well. And I'm encouraging you, please plan to come in December and be part of this, and then you can spend Christmas also and all of those things. And we plan that we showcase our art, our culture. We want it to be exported. We are inviting UNICEF, British Council, Goethe Institute of the German Embassy. We want them to come and see our rich culture, and it's going to involve the 5 local governments. We've set up agriculture committee. You know, each of these committee, there are people there are Ọgbomọsọ sons and daughters who are volunteering their time. Each committee has an average of 15 to 20 people, but they can go up to 30 as the case. Then, after that one, we have what we call Urban and Physical Planning Committee. This committee starts with dividing the town into areas, zones, which is what I've said. The committee will oversee, let's please follow the thing. The committee will oversee and decide recreation areas, beautification areas, parks, industrial park, amusement areas, tree planting, to create an aesthetically pleasing environment within the town. Let me tell you this. Those of us who have been in the culture from federal government college, títí yẹn tó lọ dé Ọgbomọsọ grammar school, we have started to plant trees on that road. Let me say this to us. That's why when I was talking in the morning, I'm the one who paid for everything personally. We are planting about 4,000 trees, palm trees. Yeah. If you know people there, they will tell you they have started planting. Those of you who know people out there. Let me tell you what the plan is. The plan is títí tó wọ Ọgbomọsọ láti Ìbàdàn, látọ̀yọ́, títí dé recreation. Those are the 30% of what we are believing the government will do for us. It's going to be a boulevard. It's going to be 2 lanes on each side with a median that might be visible, that might be on Pesi, láti high school, títí dé recreation, kọjá débẹ̀. We are believing that in the next 2 to 3 years, it will turn into a boulevard. And one of the things these urban are going to do is we need recreation areas, parks. So we have to gradually start to do that. If you want development, that will happen. Because it happen. No, we have to make changes. Some people are going to be hot, but it's for the betterment of the generality. Because we want our town, I can't say it's enough, to be a model town. a model town cannot be like the other towns. It has to be different. I think Ọgbomọsọ that. And that's why we are gradually showing people what it can become. That's it. And that's why we wrote the letter to the government. We told them we wanted it. I spoke to the commissioner, he granted it to us. And I undertook it because I've lived abroad for too long and I've been to so many countries. And I know that tree planting changes the nature of a place. So if that road, we can have that. It changes. Then we understand what it can be. Because it's not everybody that can understand when you're supposed to explain things to them. And one come, it's a sin that is believing. Talk about it if you want. So we have the urban and physical plan. So that's what they are supposed to do. And that they are supposed to create, we plan to create a new Ọgbomọsọ where we are going to definitely put our commercial district, what we call downtown here. We want to have a downtown, a commercial district. So area Pake Otonye, area Bella Plan, we be commercial district now. Are you still following me? Yes. I hope you can see what we are talking about. Yes. Alright. So that committee is working on it. We have what we call the infrastructure committee. What they are, these ones are supposed to work with the government. Around we lay in area 30% that I expect from the government, infrastructure. Because we need them for major things, electricity, for roads, we need them for water, drainage system. You understand? Those ones, we need government to help us with them. So the people who put there are people who are they are government functionaries, people who can influence things for us with the government. So we have the infrastructure committee, and they are supposed to see to make sure that the town, two things must be there: light and water. Let me say this: when I got to Ọgbomọsọ, I naturally just did borehole. But what happened is that I just noticed that when I got to one town borehole all over the place. So I told them that, see, I was talking with somebody, I'm sure some of us saw the picture when I went there. But when I saw the state of the thing, I decided that what is it going to take for us to have water? Water has not run in the town for about 25 years. But let me tell you this, if you have a problem, solution now. There is problem. And there's something that guides me. It's the story of J.F. Kennedy. He went to NASA in 1962 or 60, whatever. And he said that we must go to the moon this decade. Because I told the moon read. Also, they look. I want to visit them. I want to bring balance my moon. And they went that day. Balance the day. So what do you do? Kitchen, how far is it? I got a lot more. If you tell long, no shit to us. Can't do better. You know, my do I live it. My show will know my do I live it. Do them and do a banner. They figured it out. So it tells me that when man makes up his mind, he can solve whatever is the problem. If man can go to the moon, we can. And so I called, when I went there, the chairman of Water Corporation came to me. He said that I don't know if the chairman was down. He said, in moment like that, point, a lot of commissioners survey for me. I like, you know why? Because we are not trying to be like any other town. When they say that, it's music to my ears that what we want to achieve is what we are achieving. But we don't want to, I want to show us around well, but kò sí ti afẹ́jọ́ ni wọn. Eléyìí tí mo sọ ti flower ta fẹ́ ṣe, mo sọ fún kọmíṣánná, ó ní kò sẹ́ni tó sọ bẹ́ẹ̀, immediately ó bá ṣe. Ẹgbẹ́ kò sí ọba tó ń sọ gbogbo nǹkan tí mo sọ yìí, mo ní inú rẹ̀, tẹ bá wù mí bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn, ìgbé ọba tó fẹ́ máa wọ aṣọ òkè káàkiri. Woman, you need multiple wives. That's not who I am. I'm here on an assignment. That's what I'm here for. I'm here for an assignment. I'm here for the development of this town. I want this town to be different from every other town. That's it. You can't be like them and want to change them. No, you have to be different from them for you to change them. That's it. So we want to be different. Even this Batimolo láti sọ fún ẹ pé mo fẹ́ tún àwọn equipment ṣe. Commissioner Henry Collector pé ṣe mo sọ. Ó ní nǹkan táwọn local government ò lówó láti tún ṣe èmi nǹkan fẹ́ tún ṣe. Mo ní ẹ̀ má wọlé ìgbà yẹn. Èmi gan local government. No, it's a fact. It's true story. So I read the letter. They thought I was joking. And they approved it. If you want to go and do it, go and do it. You know why one more time no. Double more time no. I'm going to pay important shit is part of a bigger plan. So you know where we're going. We want to be a what? You can't say it. We want to be a model town. So we can't be like the next town. And let's say it well, let's see that to see in Qatar shit. Nítorí ibi táwa ń lọ. But because of where we're going. And you might ask, why am I doing this? I want to set an example. I can't take people to where I have not been. I can't ask people to do what I cannot do. That's not my policy. You set the example as the leader, then it becomes easy for the other people to follow. Oh yes. But what you must say, travel káàkiri. I like to travel. And you know, by going to nearly 65, I still want to go to at least 100. I'm serious. I want to go to at least 35 more countries before I die. So I need all this money for the travel. So I just want you to understand what we are talking of a new Ọgbomọsọ. And we can't do the same old thing. The way we've done things that brought us to this cannot take us forward. We have to do things differently. If we want to be different. Then we have agriculture. Let me quickly move. Agriculture. There are a lot of best of questions. Two things. Our mango is different from every other mango. Our cashew is different. There is those two things. You look at what I'm doing in Vietnam. Cashew, the mango, you don't make me the cashew. A whole country, come out of the Alaska. So this year, I didn't get so much into it. I told them, but from next year, I have to know about it. Because this is the oil, Epo Robiwa, no much of the cashew. So I like to go one job, see come Kasofun, Kago, or cashew, and help them to improve their output. Because cashew can only two. And we have to have a succession plan pẹ̀lú cashew wa nítorí gbogbo cashew àwọn èèyàn kan kò sẹ́ni tó ń gbin cashew aláìsí bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí gbin cashew kí àwọn tó ń bọ̀ kọ́ lè rí nǹkan. So we set up a committee for agriculture and they have started working. Let me tell you this, one of the two things, and this is for us who are here. When I became sure, somebody called me. He said, "You are talking about the past 20 years. No amount. He's a professor in ADB. So of course, look up. We only congratulations. So my natural default is that kill any shit from one. Only don't work consultant. Money you can work consultant. Anyway, he called me soon after that, and he told me that I want to know question. But there's somebody coming. That one of the people working on the land, they want to bring, they are looking to do cassava in Oyo State. People will get to convince them to go ask for motion. So connect with Pelu. I spoke with the man. So the man said, well, of course, the government has to clear it. No problem. Then the next thing he did is, 2 weeks after he called me, again, when our Chinese come wow, people are not fresh cassava, people shall be left. Only you before I knew what was going on, he brought the Chinese. That was his first time coming to Ọgbomọsọ in nearly 20 years. He brought the Chinese people. All I told the Chinese people is that in Chinese, we have to set up the first touch of the industry of this cassava business. We have to set it up in Ọgbomọsọ. And you have to involve Ọgbomọsọ indigenes in the control of the thing. Of course, they agreed. They said they needed 5,000 hectares. I called 2 ballers to be in charge and look for the land for them. They are working on it. I think it has moved fast because they've seen the land for them. So they are just in negotiation with the owners of the land. Why do I say this is relevant? Do you know that the man himself is not in charge of it? But for the love of his town, he wasn't thinking about it before until I spoke to him. So he knew he doesn't have the power to do it, but he approached the person who has the power to do it. Those of us who are here, some of us in the medical area, none of those things, let's also get aware that they might need this thing in Ọgbomọsọ. Some equipment to get the Oyinbo to the power. Most of the time, no Nigeria is like second hand. They are not to go to the new hospital. But to buy the other one, Nigeria, I want to there are different places where we are, and there are a lot of opportunities that we see that we ignore. The people at home, they need us. One need to have gone. That's true question. They need us. I plan to go to Ivory Coast to talk to a mango processing company there. Because we go mango, 70% of it, the remaining 30 are conjecture. Meanwhile, this mango is unique all over the world. And so, we need a company who we can partner with. And one thing they are sure about is that they will always get this mango. That becomes a chain of business. I want to go mango. Want to pay, I want to need without Mama. And the Tony company. Mama get raw material. And then you can export it. That's what we want to do with our mango. We're aggressively looking for investors in this area. Don't forget 2 major things, the power and water. Because if those 2 are not existing, we can't do anything in the town. So we need power. And what have I done with the power? I spoke to the minister. I went to see him in Abuja, and the promise was going to do something about it. He hasn't really done anything that we could see. But they told us that he's talking to them behind, and they are looking at the contract again. Because the person they gave the contract to abandoned it, which is not on the usual thing. But we are continuously talking about it, and it's continuously reassuring me that we have this 1.3 kVA substation completely built in Ọgbomọsọ, complete. But the thing is that there are no cables to the place. So it is the cable, the transmission, that we want attached to the place. With the water, like I was saying, I found out that there was no water. I gathered Ọgbomọsọ sons and daughters, most especially the OCC, and I shared with them my experience. Níbi tí mo ń gbé ní oríta náírà, tó bá ti di ọ̀sán ọ̀sán, ìgbẹ́ máa máa rùn láti inú ilé. Wọ́n á wọ pé kí ló dé tí eré àbí ìgbẹ́ máa rùn. Wọ́n á sọ fún àwọn tó ń bá mi, àwọn staff mi lọ kí ló dé lẹ́yìn ọdún bẹ̀rẹ̀ ní ìbàdàn. Àwọn òní tọ́lẹ̀ sí táwọn bá ṣe kí àwọn máa ń ju ilẹ̀ tó wà sí. Ó tọ́ ni. So, more find out, we a lot of houses will do toilets, Ọgbomọsọ. I didn't know. But when you kill out the toilet, that's just me. Also me. Also Shalanga Lodi. We cannot be a model city. We get to Shalanga la warm. So we embark on this. So I shared this vision with Ọgbomọsọ OCC, and they gave money. What I told them is that I will give 10 million, and that I will look for my friends who will give me 10 million, and they should go and look for theirs. But I raised over 20 million. A lot of them gave 5 million. Some gave 10. I don't know whether anybody gave 10 million. We were able to raise a lot of money. And we embarked on a project. You know, if it's you, it's done 25 years. If you saw what the water was looked like, it was unbelievable. But, like I said, how did man go to the moon? They figured it out. So we also can figure out our water was. So Oyeki meeting law over 2 months ago. But number one, we found out that a lot of the pipes, of course, after 20 pipes, after 25 years. One of our sons in the town had pipes, so he gave us all the pipes that we needed. He gave us all the pipes we needed, which is very commendable. Only two about 2 or 4 months. But we found out that Omi Okoja Bowen, they only figured it out about 2 weeks ago, or no, about 3 weeks ago, that the administrative block of Bowen was sitting on but the game but Omi Okoja, I want to confusing one ever believe that will happen. So it's costing us now about 11 million for us to divert the thing, for it to go to the reservoir. We are so close to the reservoir. Those of you who know where it is in the super, the reservoir. You know, Bowen is very close to the place. But for us to divert the thing. So we told Bowen to bring the money. They said they don't have the money. They are offering 2 million. I said, you need 11 million. But anyway, we are putting pressure on them. So I spoke to them a couple of days ago. I said, I will give you 6 million. You go and look for 5 million. So that we can finish this water. Because everybody has been waiting for this water. So I said that no problem. People only one show me, no one show me, so we don't have a choice. Let's let's finish this water. And once that water can get to the reservoir, it will get to 3/4 of Ọgbomọsọ. You understand? And that's what we are pushing. But of course, we will find out that there is a lot of pipes that are no more, that are busted. Because once they started pumping that water, we found out a lot of places that water was leaking. So we kept doing them, repairing them, and repairing them until we got to go. So to go back to our agriculture, we are believing that we will help the farmers. And one of the ways we want to help the farmers is that we're going to acquire tractors. By the money people will be donating, and we are believing that people might be able to donate tractors. The way people give people cars, you might find out where you are working or somebody who has a tractor to give to help. So all of these things, we are believing that you will be able to do one thing. You will be able to help us with them, to help give something, anything about agriculture that you feel it will help us. Anybody that you know wants to do agriculture, please. We have the transport and road. Want to leverage, transport and road, transportation. Okada, everybody wants to do promotion. Okada. But we are believing that sooner or later, once business starts to boom, people will invest in commercial vehicle. And with the roads, like I told you, we have to do, one side road. The major one, the Mafeki government shape one. How do we want to do that? That's why I told you that I had to do the grader. I had to prepare the grader and the bulldozer in the local government, so that we can do one thing. The grader and the bulldozer and the excavator, so that we can be able to do our roads ourselves. At least it might not be tagged, but at least it becomes motorable. That every road in our town will become motorable. And as God blesses us, we will do a little bit of planning with education. This is the major one. The committee, all these ones I'm saying, we have committees, we have people working already. All these committees I'm talking about, they are all existing, they are all working. The education committee is to focus on promoting education in Ọgbomọsọ and elevating high school standards. It will supervise the reconstruction and revitalization of the infrastructures and amenities with the involvement of the alumni association from each of the alma mater. We are going to encourage people. Somebody was talking to me today, he said he went to Ọgbomọsọ Grammar School. There are different schools that we all went to. Please, let's look back. For example, the school I went, like I said, my set, we rebuilt our chapel. The set behind me, they rebuilt our dining hall. Some people rebuilt a computer lab or donated the computer lab because they had computer before. You understand? So, what am I trying to say? There are different things that we want to encourage the alumni to do with the reconstruction of the thing, of the infrastructures of the school. Then we want scholarships. Like I said earlier, gbogbo àwọn ọmọ wa a fẹ́ kí wọ́n lọ sí ilé ìwé ọ̀fẹ́ ní primary school. Tábàtì lè ṣe yẹn, mo believe pé àti state a máa ṣe secondary school. Nítorí a fẹ́ káwọn ọmọ wa kàwé. And also we will have competitions. Literally and debating, those things has to come back. And àwọn ọmọ tó bá ṣe dáadáa jù, we will guarantee them scholarship. We will to go to university. And tó bá ṣe dáadáa. Àwọn tó bá ṣe dáadáa jù, the first 5. If not anything, I have friends who own university. So let me man down, síbẹ̀ kí wọ́n kọ́ kàwé ọ̀fẹ́. So that's what we want to do with our education, because I feel like my joke will need decision table. That's what we want. And two of our cars, we want to say, there are a lot of people who we are believing will sponsor children. But our parents, when you think about what $100 can do, which is 150,000, you will not even believe it. 150,000. Ẹlòmíì lè lọ sí ilé ìwé for 150,000 the whole year, 10,000 a month. Ọmọ mi lè lórí 10,000 a month. What's that mean? Àwọn ọmọ kan wá wọ́n fi wọ́n ya fọ́tò wọn. Ẹ bá láṣọ tó wọ́n lè wọ uniform, wọn lówó uniform. Owó uniform wọn ni. Aláṣẹ là fún wọn ni. Bàtà ra aṣọ fún wọn tó wọ́n ní bàtà kan. Wọ́n ní sẹ̀ lọ́rùn. Gbogbo owó tí mo ná fún àwọn mẹ́tẹ̀ẹ̀ta kò ju 60,000 lọ láti ra uniform àti bàtà fún wọn. Àwọn mẹ́ta, ọmọ ọ̀yà mẹ́ta. Gbogbo ojú 60,000 lọ. Èlò ní 60,000 when you think about it. You understand? So we are believing that you will. That's why people feel sọ̀rọ̀ lẹ́ẹ̀kan pé nǹkan tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ nílé and what you can do. You can skip a burger just for somebody, to help somebody. There is money. But education and not to help our mama. I expect our mama Nigeria boys. That's not what we want. In a model town, that's not what we want. We want to help them. And all these things, they are very, very possible. Gbogbo àwọn ọmọ tó bá ṣe dáadáa jù, every year I will have dinner for them in the palace. So to challenge them to want to have dinner with the king. Our principal ti school wọn bá ṣe dáadáa jù, we will give them at least 500,000 naira to encourage the principals. True story, mo lọ fún yóò. Èlò 500,000. Oh, èlò 500,000. Less than $300. Go 300 and something dollars. Go $1 million is $600. Fún teacher tó ti ṣe gbogbo ẹ̀ kọ̀ọ̀kan wá fún $300. For them to encourage them, because let me tell you this, money is always an incentive, whether we like it or not. Only when you go and jí láàárọ̀ ká máa lọ bíṣẹ́. Money is an incentive, but we want to give them this incentive so that it becomes a competition among the principals, so that they can focus on these children, because they are our future. Future one more. So it's an area we have to deliberately, and I'm telling you, the education committee, the people we have there, the head of department, the head of the committee is a well-known professor, and there are a lot of professors. But Charlie, let me say one thing. This thing I'm telling you, people are excited about it. The people who are serving, the people in all these committees, you will not even believe it. If I was that cultural committee select, tí wọ́n ti register, àwọn ni wọ́n pè ní Ọgbomọsọ trade union come. Committee and wọ́n ṣe, àwọn náà register, àwọn ni wọ́n get EFCC something. People are excited about that. Wait a minute. So if you want to change, count me in. That's what they're saying. That's it. And that's what we want you. If you tell why you go change you here, the American passport that you need. Change you and you. Go change you. Is the desire for the town. This is not an American conference. This is an Ọgbomọsọ meeting. So at the end of the day, ilé náà bọ̀ sí mi oko. Ọ̀tọ̀ ni. So bàtà ń sọ yìí, afẹ́ tún lè ṣe dèyí ni. So difference ni there wà láti bí kò ní jẹ́ culture shock fún yín ló ṣe jẹ́ fẹ́ mi. contract shop ló jẹ́ fún mi gbé ẹ̀ ní toilet kí n má fi ṣe gbéraga ẹ má jẹ́ kí sọ toilet wà ní Amẹ́ríkà kí n má gbọ́ pé èèyàn kò ní toilet it's a culture shock ní 21st century and the house next to mine I couldn't believe it. So what we are saying, we want you also to take the water. That's what we want. For us to it's very all possible concept. This thing I'm saying, if we make up our mind, we are not trying to change your state, we are not trying to change Nigeria, we just want to change our town. But we never change. So gbogbo wa ọmọ ìlú kan náà ni wa. Kò sí pé Ìjẹ̀bú lélẹ̀ Ẹ̀gbá lélẹ̀ ìlú kan ní gbogbo wa, òun náà ṣe gbogbo wa. That's why this is something that must be our budget. Healthcare committee. The healthcare committee, God bless us also with a wonderful professor, a world-class professor. Healthcare committee one. What we are planning with our healthcare committee is that all the primary healthcare will be the same design. So the primary healthcare, right? Primary healthcare. So don't let us forget, because we also about the zone and all of those things. So every zone must have the primary health care. And in Africa, primary health care, I want to come back to my basic thing. I've had meetings repeated. Pẹ̀lú àwọn CMD LAUTECH, wọ́n ti sọ pé kí tàbá ní àwọn máa sẹ́ndì àwọn èèyàn nurses come and help àwọn èèyàn. Wọ́n máa ṣe rotation níbẹ̀. Rotation there. But one of the things that láti ṣe òun ni pé anybody tó bá lóyún ohun tó fẹ́ bímọ tí ò lówó ó láti máa lè bímọ ní primary health care. That one we must do. Kò yẹ kí àwọn èèyàn máa bí tó bá fẹ́ bímọ ní ìsìn pẹ̀lú ibi tí advancement dé. And I know that I'm talking to people who will help us to achieve this, because we are going to break it down. The man find that to my cost is $500,000. Cost of the life. Can we put the price on the cost of the life? So there will be people to the next step people to I will take care of it. What's my ṣẹlẹ̀ ní ẹ̀? Ẹ̀jẹ̀ sọ fún gbogbo yín ní ibi tẹ̀wá yín sí ìkọlẹ̀ máa wà ní 5 years. Ọlọ́run ti máa mú ìfì yín hàn. Ó tọ́ yìí. Tẹ́lẹ̀ some years ago tí a bá sọ̀rọ̀ 10 million. Àwọn pé 10 million long. Ìjọ ni wọ́n máa ní 10 million. Ó lè sọ̀rọ̀ 10 million ní ìsìnkú lọ́dún ó tọ́ ni mo sọ yẹn. $6,000. Àbá tíkẹ́ẹ̀tì kan tó gbé mi lẹ́yìn $6,000. Ticket to pay daily, go to $6,000. And that's $10 million. That's what? Yeah, $6,000 is $10 million. So, the Hamas of $10 million will be by million more. But think that Kotoma so bad. I need $10 million. Hey, people they actually over there. Come on with your ticket. Is it going to be the same for you? Yeah. For some of you are already there. What we are just saying is that let us help this one time. You do what you call a consumer, and tell me that some Americans they were not one see. They will not be any New York and Mama. Àwa ò lè change Ọgbomọsọ yẹn náà ló máa jẹ. Gbogbo ìrọ̀ ìdíwọ̀n yẹn Ọgbomọsọ yẹn náà ló máa jẹ. Tí wọ́n bá bí bàbá Dallas tó bí ọmọ ní New York ọmọ mama kéde bàbá mama kéde Dallas. Yóò sí fáwa. Ìlú yẹn náà ni gbogbo ọmọ tó bá jáde lára ìlú yẹn náà ni wọ́n ti wá. So please ẹ jẹ́ ká tọ́jú ìlú kejì. Healthcare. We have wonderful people. In Nigeria, that professor has challenged me. Let me say this. Ṣé wàá kó Ọgbomọsọ yàtọ̀ sẹ́kọ̀ọ́ is the only other city in Nigeria that I know of that has 2 teaching hospitals. Because the upon bless one year, but there's so far doctor, CMD, LAUTECH àti OLAOYE pé even tó bá jẹ́ pé medical tourism lásán la fẹ́ máa ṣe ń lu owó tá máa ní. So mo sọ fún wọn, mo ní kí ni what's your school known for? Wọ́n ní kò sí. Èyí kọ́ bọ́wẹ̀, wọ́n ní kò sí. Very simple. Why don't you face a tropical disease? Chemistry research. Get partners from America. Get partners from here. And there are people who have signified that they want to partner. Ọgbomọsọ sons and daughters, and they want to partner with LAUTECH and OBA or any of them to help them because they want to help them. I know at least 2 doctors who are the head of this committee, the prof that is heading this is a world-renowned prof who has a lot of connection to bring people to this, to bring people who will partner with us. We need to about one major thing that you treat. One, come and get anyone from anywhere in Latin Nigeria. Who will call them our? Clear your combat power. Any access to hotel. Not to Bawa hospital. And to Bawa hotel, number 1, what you boost to hotel business one. To buy the rice, what you boost to food, total rice for that. To buy Fiyakasi, and total Bosa, to buy Jobe. To buy Coke, and total Coke. If we have 10,000 of this come every year, that alone helps the finances of the town. So we have 2 of them. So these are the things that the medical committee, these are the kind of things they are working on. You see partners. Because if the people keep coming to our teaching hospital, nobody is doing research. The man gets funding for research. Do you know how many people, how many doctors who will come because of your research grant? And then 1 year on this is how we're going to boost the economy of this town. It is not rocket science, it's as easy as that. And there are people who are here, or you know Ọgbomọsọ sons and daughters who are good medical, who are working in teaching hospitals, who are having all of those things. There's one of our son, I don't know if he's here, prof, in Pennsylvania. I've connected him with our LAUTECH. He's talking to our LAUTECH person. About 2 of them now have connected them with LAUTECH. That they're doing what they're trying to partner with LAUTECH. By partnering with LAUTECH, it helps our town because the headquarters of LAUTECH is located in Ọgbomọsọ. And so we have more people who have good jobs. And it helps our town. We have tourism and hospitality committee. I don't know whether Honorable is there. He was here yesterday night. He's the chairperson of our hospitality and tourism. We want to boost tourism in Ọgbomọsọ. And I mean seriously. So what hospitality and tourism committee is to standardize all our hotels into 5-star, 4-star, and all of those things. We are going to give these standards to all our hotels. What it is to be a 5-star hotel in Ọgbomọsọ, a 4-star hotel, because we want tourists to come. We can't be having all this cultural tourism and all of those things every year, and we want people, business people to come and things like that, without having a standard hotel that people can lodge in. So somebody said that one of our meetings, Talumaba want to say, I need that want to say. I come as a standard from Otubaya, I want for our number to say. So I found that we authority hotel time we can lock one was on. Was that to come? Because to buy no lórí hotel ṣe bá kú ẹnu máa àpò ẹnu máa kó sí ìkó ṣàkóbá. But we want standards. The other standard we want as we prepare to be a model town is that we are developing now a curriculum that might call our primary school about ethics, about responsibilities, about how to welcome visitors. We are going, true story, we are going up the curriculum. Because we have to prepare our children and our future for tourists. If you go to Bahamas, everybody you see, no matter the woman care. Because hospitality is the way they make money. And hospitality is so key for any development. I want to buy Qatar, to see gas, but the main money you want, gas and oil, the main money you want is hospitality. They get a lot of hotels and all of those things. So we have to start to train our people, not to be abusing young boys and girls, but to be respectful of visitors and how to accommodate visitors. We are drawing up a curriculum our young lady, I've asked her, she's a teacher. She said, yes, it's possible. You just have to run in the government. It's not anything wrong that they're trying to do. Because we have to prepare the next generation for them to be hospitable, for them to be nice, know the basic things, civic responsibilities, and a lot of these things that have been forgotten. Because we want our town to be an hospitable town. Security. We have a security committee. One of the first things those people did is they asked me at the meeting that did they have the right to clear the streets of all these miscreants? They said, why not? They went onto the radio and announced. They asked people at home. If area boys say, come on, and we're not going on. You won't believe they disappear. So you can even see the effect of these people, of these different committees, and most of them have just been set up in the past 2 to 3 months. They've started having this kind of impact. So area boys, so what I'm trying to say to us is that all of these things, they are possible. We have job creation and empowerment. So we set up a committee to see areas of the different companies and industries that can be brought into the town. We have revived the Ọgbomọsọ Chambers of Commerce, who any friendship business will pass them through them. They will help them to settle, to set up their business in Ọgbomọsọ. Set up what I call the ease of doing business. The ease of doing business in the town. So that people can be encouraged. We want our town to become a place where people want to come and set up business. And security is key. Because the people must feel secured. So we have job creation and empowerment committee to see how we can empower our people. Part of the things we are planning to do with that one is that we want to train as many in computer and IT. I went to the technical college, I went to BOI, Bank of Industry. They are coming to run programs for us to train girls in hairdressing, in tailoring, and we want to partner with technical college in Ọgbomọsọ. You understand? I went to technical college. One of the things they were teaching them is biology. And common biology. This technical school, plumbing, electrical, biology, what are you doctor doing? I was shocked when I got there. One called biology, the technical school. No, we don't do that in that kind of place. Carpentry, I want them to come on here, sewing, hairdressing. So I told them, all these ones are doing. As God we have it, somebody came from the ministry in Ibadan and said that it was shocked, he won't come on biology. But equipments were wasted, we were dispatched. But we are going to repair them because we have to train our people in share work. Because how we share work in Nigeria, Togo ni wọ́n ti lọ kó wọn. But afẹ́kọ̀ọ́ kí Ọgbomọsọ jẹ́ ibi tó yẹ kí wọ́n ti máa kó wọn táwọn èèyàn bá ní big project. we have to train them. And let me say this, we have a lot of people who are continuously, they just need an enabling environment where they can do this thing. And that's what we want to create with Ọgbomọsọ. We have the Industry and Commerce Committee. Let me say this one. We have the IT and Artificial Intelligence Committee. Interestingly, the chairperson of that is here, Professor. That's the chairman. So it shows, but he's a professor here in America, but he's the one in charge of our IT. He tells us that it is not an excuse. So he shows us that the fact that you are here does not mean you cannot participate in this progress. He accepted. He's a very busy person. He accepted to be the chairperson of the thing. And let me say this one, because this one is very exciting for me. And I think he has an idea where it will be exciting for me. We want to make Ọgbomọsọ an IT hub of Nigeria. Whether you believe it or not, that's what it will become. You know why I'm saying that? This IT committee, the people who are there, they are ready. And Prof, you know I'm not lying. The people who are there, they are ready to train people free of charge in computer. They are ready to give up their time. They are ready to donate computers. And let me now say the most interesting aspect of it is that there is an American who, one of the guy is not from Ọgbomọsọ, but he has lived all his life in Ọgbomọsọ. Who this American man and his wife, they were in the palace yesterday. They had a meeting in the palace with some of the chiefs and all of us. What they plan to do in Nigeria. They just acquired a property in Ọgbomọsọ for 500 million. I'm telling you, that's a white man. That's an American. And what do they want to do? They want to build profit. Please come. What do they want to do? Please clap for Professor Oladepo.
So they try to build what they call the assembly in Ọgbomọsọ. It's a technology campus that will power. I'm sorry, can you hear me now? Yes. They're trying to build the assembly, that's what they call it, the assembly in Ọgbomọsọ. It's a technology campus by OLAOYE. And I was also appreciate Kabiyesi because he helped to negotiate the purchase of that land.
That's in America. That's what they want to build in Ọgbomọsọ. In Nigeria, the man and his wife, they are presently in Ọgbomọsọ. They acquired the building without seeing it and negotiated it on their behalf. The truth of the matter is that I hope you see what our town can become. You know, this thing is just one of the several of the people who are calling to me all the time. There is one of our sons and daughters who has a big paint factory in Lagos. They are just acquiring this big land in Lagos. He said it doesn't normally come. He said it's so painful for him that he acquired a place in Ota that he would have come to Ọgbomọsọ to come and build the paint factory, but he will still come. This kind of thing, I hear it all the time. Of people who believe in the town, who before they were passive, but who today believe that this town is a task that must be done. And they are fervently doing whatever they can do. And let me tell you this, the excitement of the people in all of these committees that I mentioned is humbling to me who share the vision with them. Because it's as if they've been waiting for this. And they are running with it. They are having so many ideas of what can be done and what they can do. And let me say this, we have a staff on ground ready. All these people I said I employed, all they are doing is this 25-year vision. Working with the different committees, setting up their meetings, making sure the ones on Zoom, the meetings on Zoom, that's all they're doing. All they're doing is this 25-year something. Let me try and round up. Continuous renovation of the palace. There are different industries, different committees, which is what we are seeing: industry, commerce, IT and artificial, sports and youth development. I believe that we all know of all of this. Yes. Go on. We have committees for all of this because all we're trying to do also is that we can't all work and no play. Makes Jack a dull boy. So we want to improve our sports, and of course we have a football team now in Ọgbomọsọ that is in Division 1, and so we want to continue to encourage them. You understand? By making sure our stadium becomes a good standard. You know what I'm saying is that there is just an area for everybody. And if you say no, I can't attach myself to any area, you can attach your money to something. You can give. Go on to continuous renovation of the palace. I just want to share some of the things that I am doing on this palace. Because let me tell you this, Buckingham Palace, White House, and all of those things, they are iconic buildings. They are what? Iconic buildings. So for me, our palace is supposed to be an iconic building. And it's only pé à ń jẹ́ model city. Kí palace wa kó dàbí palace abúlé. I know that the honorable commissioner is here, but the government is supposed to have done this for us, but they didn't do it. I have spent my personal money of over 120 million renovating this house. You don't have to be envious. Clap for me. Listen to me. This palace is not my own. You don't need. I don't have a house in Ọgbomọsọ. I'm living in my dad's house. I could have gone to build my own house. But you really see òun ìsọ̀ni lọ́jọ́. Lọ́ba ṣe rí àfihàn wa, òun lọ́ba ṣe wo ikú ọba tó wà níbẹ̀. Èmi ò lẹ́jọba kékeré o. This one was built by the last time is 50-something years ago. Never come. So that's why we are continuously renovating it. What we are supposed to do is to pull it down and build a new one. But we will eventually do that, especially for the living area. The living area, I cannot live in the living area. I will become a sad man. I will be a sad man. I will regret being white job. But this area where people come, we have to do one thing about it. We have to do it. But I'm doing it. After a while, we will do it. So but I'll continue to do it until it becomes an iconic building, because we can't have a model town. And I feel why would it be? I feel empowerment. I'm doing different empowerment for people. This one we are seeing is a ballet, and he told me, I want to know respect to who that is. I gave him 10 million to do his is Gary, what's it called? The Gary processing place. Reviving Ọgbomọsọ water system, I've told you about that. We had those things you see are white bags because of the sign that filters the water. What is white with the project, if I put it there, what is dudu? Not what is dudu. Etí òkun ni ó ti wà mọ́tì ṣé wọn pé etí òkun kò yẹ kó wà mọ́tì kò sí ló ṣe yẹ kó rí it's supposed to be sharp side. Wọ́n ní ó ti wà bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn for ẹni tó wà bẹ́ẹ̀ tó sọ fún wa ó ní 13 years ago ló ti dúdú bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn ìyẹ̀kú tó yẹ kó wà fún so those are the things we have done. The butcher. Ibi tí àwọn ẹlẹ́ran wà tẹ́lẹ̀ àtẹ̀yìndà ni wọ́n kú lẹ̀. When I got to Ọgbomọsọ, I saw that there was a market. They call it modern, ultra modern. There's nothing modern about it, but it's okay. So I want to call Abatua. So I worked with the commissioner for Agric a lot, and we moved with the Oyo State government. We moved there. Wọ́n sọ pé kò sẹ́ni tó àwọn ẹlẹ́ran yẹn wọ́n kò sẹ́ni tó lè move wọn. Nígbà àwọn ẹlẹ́ran kì í move. Mo rò pé I had a meeting with them. Nítorí wọ́n ní ibi tó ti tẹ ẹran wọn ti ṣòwò síbẹ̀. Ìyẹn ló ń fa àwọn ẹ̀kọ́ àmà ẹ̀rọ. Ẹgbẹ́ àwọn Amẹ́ríkà lè tún báyìí ló ń fa yẹn. But this is a lesson. And it's a true thing. It's a true story I want to tell. I invited them and one guy went to the palace. And this is what I told them. Money, you know, they did that play, Canada saw the lonely in life. Why don't you believe that on my level? Money should be on the meter. I want complaints in the one time. I want one time. Jebe, what is called a meter? Báwo ló ti máa sọ pé ọmọ ẹlẹ́ran ò gbọ́ wọn kan ó tọ́ ní sọ fún yín gbọ́ sọ fún yín o wọ́n ní àwọn ògbóró ọ̀rọ̀ yẹn ó tọ́ ní lẹ́yìn tí tẹ́rọ lẹ́nu ní ìtaṣọ wọ́n sọ pé òṣì bí ebi àwọn ọmọ aláṣọ rẹ̀ àìdá òṣì bí ebi ọmọ aláta ọmọ ẹlẹ́ran and that's what I told them. So I told them they are going to the new place. Ọkọ yàrá pé mo ní mi ò bí yìí mo sọ pátá máa ṣe. Mo lọ sí ibi tí wọ́n ti ń tẹ ẹran yẹn ìjọ tí mo lọ bẹ̀. I became sick that day and I mean for 2 days. Tó bá ti di ọwọ́ one by two mama mi. Mi ò ní bá rọ̀ wọ́n kọ́ ló pé wọ́n máa ní wọ́n rí òun fẹ́. The second night, same thing happened. Lọ́ọ̀lì dìde pa wà ókè o, but tó bá di ọwọ́ one by òtútù àti ibi serious and yamama. But anyway, they moved. They thought we were joking initially. Our mom, 90% of them moved. Our local, because of the commissioner, for any time. Because the commissioner wanted us to move earlier. But I begged him, because it's also from Ọgbomọsọ. And whenever I had to love one of the commissioner, I'm on the baby. You know, I'm a good deal of Ọgbomọsọ. So you be commissioner. Ó jà fún wọn ní time nígbà tó bẹ̀ tó fún wa ní time so sọ pé 1 month ní tó bá kúrò bẹ̀ tó wọ́n kúrò àwọn olùkú pẹ́ńdé náà lọ ọjọ́ kejì tí wọ́n kúrò wọ́n rí pé wọ́n ti clear àdúgbò kò sí. But èyí tẹ̀ sọ̀rọ̀ bọ́ọ̀ wọ́n náà wò ní bọ́ọ̀ èyí kò ṣe bọ́ọ̀ fún wọn bẹ̀ nítorí afẹ́kọ́ mú nà wọ́n ní bọ́ọ̀ bàjẹ́ tó ní ẹ̀ máa wò ní generator tí wọ́n lò wọ́n kò sí ẹni múra fún wọn. I'm saying all of this is a fact, and I'm not being boastful. I want you to know that I'm not calling you to do what I'm not doing. I'm doing it because I believe in this time. I might not have done a lot of things before because they are days of ignorance for me. But these are not days of ignorance, they are days of reality. I've seen a town that has a lot of potential. Let me uniting the OBAs. Look at the next thing. Even the market is here and go back. That market I gave them 1 million. Then we come to the phone. What do you want something else? Now who want it? So to my parents, everybody did that. What do you want? I gave them money to build it. I bought them generator. They are bold and repaired it. I did all of these things. Because I believe in this now. If I tell you how much I spent, you will be shocked on this now. We have not come not to write down and come to serve. That's what I come to do. I come to serve a town I believe in. A town I believe has the potential more than anybody else. I come to serve. We invited this one, we invited 23 kids. It has never happened in 50 years. For 20 of them to show up. A lot of our battery, one that will work for sure. We've come to serve. As a leader, that's what we have come to serve. I've told you about this, repairing of the and improving this one. The next slide. We were equipment to do education local government. I'm paying for all of them from my pocket. Because if we want development, we have to be in charge of our development. That's the truth. About fetching one hand, my rent, put the executive rent. All of this. Let me say one or two things. We are going to have market development. Anybody who is going to be a chief in Ọgbomọsọ, anybody who is going to be a chief in Ọgbomọsọ must be able to build something that we can see. And the quantity I'm calling is market. Please go on to the next slide. This market and to have the chief in Ọgbomọsọ. Go on. We are doing a model market. So Bobo market to buy an Ọgbomọsọ line, they must look the same. Bobo permanent there must look the same. And I want to buy the chief, to buy the Joyi. I want to buy from that call. So at the standard, go on. We are not looking at the back. It's forward now. Information that we can't help it. But then you go back the chieftains in Ọgbomọsọ. Only to come by their points. And I tell people, when they don't know, but listen, you don't need to give me money to become a chief. You must show the project. That's it. And I'm saying this publicly. I'm saying this publicly and I'm being recorded. If you don't give me my word, but you must point to a project to fetch full development in this 25-year plan. You must be able to. Apart from Ghana Oh, what's on the call 100 markets before. Under Ogbomoso evolution and the family. And you the chief under in the master to chief one. But your hospital, primary health care, and the markets in my call, economy and you have the chief under the call. Because all our primary health care, they will all look the same. All our markets will look the same. The market I'm getting across Gotham. It was the descent in the model town. That's it. Healthcare communities has also started. You understand? We need a lot of equipment. We need a lot of equipment that we can sell. Not sell, sorry. If you see equipment and gadgets, the specimen, this list was given to us by OLAOYE. You know, what you want need. You understand? Then, this vision for a gated community. Because we can't expect that our executive government, our companies, the industry, that's left. And all of those things. I was talking to somebody here earlier on. He told me they are planning a gated community. There is a place called GRE in Ọgbomọsọ that the government of Oyo State has allocated as GRE. And one of the people now who is trying to acquire part of it, there are 3 of us. So I'm being upfront, I'm being transparent with us. I am planning to acquire part of the land also to build a gated community. I've done a plan, continue. I've done the plan. This is the plan of my own. There are 2 other people. I don't have their own plan, but I have my own. This is where also I am planning to live, to build my own personal house. You understand, in Ọgbomọsọ. And we have mapped out the different plots which we are going to sell. It's going to be sold by my company. You understand? And it's not free land. I'm going to pay the government of Oyo State for it. They've not told me how much it is, but whatever it is, I will pay for it. Because I want us to have a gated community that is going to be well planned. From day one, it has all the drainage, it has all the good roads, it has water, it has electricity, it has swimming pool, it has a gatehouse. What I experience here in America is what I want to replicate here. And what we are going to be selling is not houses. We are going to be selling land. So everybody will buy land and will build. You will have some of the designs, but there will be areas where you can build whatever you want. There will be areas where you will have the standard kind of house you want. Just like there in America, you understand, but there will be places where you can build whatever you want. So I'm being upfront with that so that nobody says, but that's my own plan, and that's what I plan to do. This is a project I'm planning for myself. Then, let me say this. We are a gateway town. And because we're a gateway town, we must make it a gateway town. Part of the thing is the industry we want to create is that we want to make sure that Ọgbomọsọ becomes a gateway town. A gateway town that I want to onboard at the north, that I want to onboard at the south. Ọgbomọsọ not Mama. So we are also trying to acquire an industrial park, which Oyo State government has also, has allocated for industrial park. So the industrial park will do so many things there. But the ultimate of that place is that it becomes a melting point that I want to onboard Lati North. One is like a big one. I want to onboard Lati South. One is like to see Ilẹ̀ Musamo. Go back to build Ọgbomọsọ. It becomes a place where we will be exchanging goods. So So àwọn tó ń kó anything but if they don't, àwọn òpin náà wọn lọ sí ìkọ̀tún. Àwọn alẹ́ ìta gbogbo ẹ̀ l'Ógbómọ̀ṣọ́. Àwọn tó ń bọ̀ láti south, wọ́n á wò pé kí àwọn lọ sí north. Àwọn lè ra ọjà wọn ní Ògbómọ̀ṣọ́. These are the areas where we are looking for investors who will believe in this vision and they will come and be part of the industrial park. Àwọn kan lè kóra wọn jọ to develop an industrial park and a park where goods warehouses will be built. There will be exchange of goods in the place. This is nothing but a possibility. You understand? Very, very possible. That is part of our committee on industry. That's one of the things we have charged them to do. To see how this place is strategic enough, is close to the north, is close to the south, is midway, how it can become a major park. A major park, then we have come hotels, major malls, supermarkets, wholesalers, club pay, àwọn tó ní and all of those things. We want that to become a major hub. Let me tell you why it's also significant. Ibitawa is saying it's 1 hour to us. Ejigbo is 35-40 minutes. Osogbo an hour 15 minutes. Ibadan 1.5 hours. Oyo 30 minutes. Everybody is close to us. We want to make entrepreneurs Owuniwa. We want to make Ọgbomọsọ a hub for entrepreneurship. So as we are making it a hub for IT, because this IT thing, people can come and live in the town and be working for company here in America. That's why we want to train our people. Because if they are making money, they will develop that. They will build houses. They will help in whatever we want to do. And that's why I said that the IT is going to be a major. I've said it. We want to become the Silicon Valley of Nigeria. And it's possible. With the level of IT, people that we have, and with Lautech, there was something like a COVID. Lautech is one of the places to check in the COVID. So, and there is also a guy in Ọgbomọsọ to this biomedic technology. So I think it's the only one to in Nigeria. We want to encourage those kind of people to expand their business and make these things known to people. So we have to look at some strategic things that we have to focus upon. IT is one of them. This industrial park is one of them. So that and the Lorry Airport is 35-40 minutes to us. Among this that everything, the number of the people surrounding us, it's a big market that we can create in that place. That a lot of people will come. Let me say this one. Waso market, I invited one of the sons and daughters of Ọgbomọsọ, who is a big boy. I mean, he's a man, but I call him a big boy. Onko market káàkiri Ọ̀yọ́ state ni. Mo ní wá kọ sílẹ̀, ó ní bo ní ilẹ̀ wá, mo ní ilẹ̀ kẹ̀. I've organized the land with Ọ̀yọ́ state for him. Come and bring what? Come and build 3,000 stores. Yes, he said he's ready to do it. But he just didn't think about it. Meanwhile, Ọgbomọsọ all the time. What we're trying to do is to create an enabling environment for people to want to come home, for people to be able to build what they want to build, for them to be able to do the business that they would like to do. That's what we're trying to. And this thing cannot be done by Samuel. It's by all of us. It's by all of us believing in it. Small things you can start. You understand? And if you can't start something, you can help us. That's why the website. If you have the website, can you put it on? I've developed the website. Let me tell you this. Raising money, I know how to raise money. For our town, what we're trying to do is to find a way of raising 10 billion. That's the fact. Legally raising. With the sons and daughters of the world of the time. It's 10 billion. When you think about it, it's 10 billion, $600,000. point you can be 6 million. Go point you. 6 million. I think $6 million. Go point you. So they got the days. There are people who will give us $50,000, who will give $20,000. It is all these little drops of water that is going to develop us. And one thing I'm going to tell you, Jerry, if you see, sure, you are living you. Oh, but you might get called him wow. You have to condemn me lifetime. And it's about just very as you do. As you do. But anything is very. What we are trying to do, what I am trying to do, what I'm sharing with us is how we can make this one time different from every other time. And it is possible for us. Very, very possible for us to do it. It's a task that must be done. So imagine can feel so comfortable here in America. You pay a water or water. I need to buy out. You pay ìlú yìí. By the time tí máa lọ, ó ti sùn mí. Mi ò kàn mọ̀ ló ti sùn mí tó ní. Ìgbà tí mo délé ni mo ní kó sùn mí. You pay this now. Let me tell you this. Let me end with this story. It's a story I had when I was in Bahamas. There is a place called Hog Island. Hog, H-O-G. Some of you might have heard this story before in Bahamas. Hog Island. Hog as in ẹlẹ́dẹ̀. Àwọn ẹlẹ́dẹ̀ ni wọ́n máa wà ní ibẹ̀. A guy came. The man's name is Olubere Comprise. The program called Merv Griffin. That's the man's name. Merv Griffin. Olubere, the price is right. Price is right. I'm around Bahamas. Hog Island, don't we? But oh, my God, this is a beautiful island. He changed Hog Island to Paradise Island. If you ever been to Bahamas, you don't go in Paradise Island, Hog Island, not the Paradise. He changed it into what it is today. One of the best hotels in the world is in Hog Island. That's where it's so much fun. If you look at it, it doesn't look anything. But the potential that lies in that town is unbelievable. The potential, the human capital of Ọgbomọsọ, Ọlọ́run pàṣẹ àṣìwà. The human capital, the number of people tí mo ti pàdé tó máa ní ọmọ Ọgbomọsọ láwọn, àwọn tí mo ti ẹ̀mọ̀ tẹ́lẹ̀ tí mo mọ̀ fún Ọgbomọsọ ni wọ́n. It's God is partial to us. It's just like the story of Nigeria. God is partial to Nigeria, but look at how our country is. God is partial to us in Ọgbomọsọ, but look at how our town is. So, but this is an awakening for us to decide that we are going to take the bull by the horn. This our town must change. Amen. And let me say that, go back to the man who bless for amen. If you saw what to match in the film. Let me tell you this. I have enough people who are ready to follow. We are inviting us, the more we are the merrier, the more we are the easier for us to do it. That's it. The more we are, the merrier, the more we are, the easier for us. Let it be easy for us to take this thing and let us become only one town. Kò sí ní tó dé tó bá ọmọ Ọgbomọsọ, wọ́n tó bá dé ní kò tó bá ọmọ Ọgbomọsọ, má gbé bá gbé náà, má lọ bí náà. Wà á bá wa ń bẹ̀rẹ̀. Èmi yìí mo ní kọ́ bá mi kó ẹrù lẹ́kọ̀ọ́, kọ́ bá mi kó lọ sí Ọgbomọsọ. Orí ìjọba yẹn ní akọ̀mọ́kọ̀mù random driver tó wá truck ní ibi tírẹ́sì àmì lẹ́kọ̀ọ́. Driver mi sọ fún mi pé ó sọ pé òun mọ ọ̀dọ́ mi, mo nígbà ló sì mọ ọ̀dọ́ mi, ó ní òun máa fi àmọ́ ní báwo ló sì mọ ọdẹ mi máa fi, ó ní ó ní ọmọ Ọgbomọsọ lóhùn. Just one random driver. Let me tell you this thing is achievable. Let me also tell you, everywhere you have 50 Ọgbomọsọ people, I have promised them I will come there. Yeah, I will come there to share this vision mo sọ fún yín pé mo ti lọ sí 5 country yẹ kí ẹ mọ̀ mo ti jẹ sí ajá nìyẹn láti lọ sẹ́ni bẹ́ẹ̀ ó yẹ kí ẹ mọ̀ kó ṣòro fún mi. I just came from London. Àwọn kan wá láti one doctor wá láti Liverpool. Ó lóun ní business tábàlì ó lóun ní 8 businesses ní Ìbàdàn kò lẹ́yọ̀ kan lóògùn náà ṣe. Mo náà mo gbọ́ àtúndẹ̀ ní ó ní Ìbàdàn. Mo náà gbé ẹ̀yìn develop Ìbàdàn ẹ̀ develop náà ṣe. Ó wá sọ fún mi ó ní àwọn dẹ́pọ̀ àwọn pọ̀ ní Liverpool àti Coventry kan. Mo ní ṣẹlẹ̀ ní 50 people mo ní àwọn àyè more than 50 mo ní ògùn ọ̀ṣọ́ people ní yẹ mo ní kọ́jú tó parí màá wá. You know why? I need an awakening of many of us for us to get conscious of loving our life. Yes. I went to Ọ̀rẹ́ àwọn kan wá kíni láti Ọ̀rẹ́ 4 of them mo ní Ọ̀rẹ́ kẹ̀ mo ní Ọ̀rẹ́ mo ní lọ́nà bìnrin ní Ẹ̀gbẹ́ Oǹdó mo ní ẹ̀yẹ òkú ọ̀ṣọ́ wa mẹ́rin wọ́n náà wà mo ní ìjọba jẹ́ 50 náà wá wọ́n rò kí mo ṣe ẹ̀yẹ wọ́n dẹ̀ mo ní ẹ̀yẹ dọ́kítà sọ fún Secretary Palace wọ́n dẹ̀ sọ fún mi. So I was going to see Oshimomri of him. So I decided to go to him. When I got there, nearly 500 people were waiting for me. Àwọn tó dúró lè mọ́ pẹ̀lú ìgbà wọn tàbí lọ. Mo ní ẹ̀yin ọmọ ògbó ìjọba àbí ẹ̀yin ọmọ ògbó náà. Mo ní ọ̀rẹ́. But you know what? That's how Ọgbomọsọ people are all over the place. Mo ní tọ́lá pé 50 àwọn kúkẹ́ rẹ̀ wọ́n ní 50 kẹ́. Wọ́n ní ṣáà nígbà àwọn tó 50 ìgbà when I got there. But the whole of the north, Dakwambo, the governor of Ogun, he told me mo pàdé pẹ̀lú a similar friend of ours. Ó ní ìyẹn sọ fún pé ní migration residential man ó ní migration mo ní àwọn mostly Gombe àwọn ní work for ó ní Gombe ó ní àwọn Ọgbomọsọ lọ́wọ́ mo ní ríìlì ó ní nígbà tó ń jẹ gọ́fọ̀ òun ò ní choice òun láti fọmọ Ọgbomọsọ jẹ commissioner pẹ̀lú Yorùbá ní Gombe ó ní just mo ó ní just kẹ ó ní ti bá dé Gombe. So the whole of the north are going there. The whole of the west coast from Italy, Ghana, everywhere are going. Because don't forget, 70% of this work is going to be done by you and I. And we need, when I say 10 billion, is the lowest part of the money we are going to raise. Báwo bá bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí bí 100 million sílẹ̀ mélòó ni 100 people tó gbé 100 million aggregated ṣì náà 100 million èmi náà máa gbé ìbò mọ́tò fún yẹn lórí àfihàn owó tuntun sí náà ìṣúná 200 and something million. Máa gbé lẹ̀ is for me to look for 99 other people who are going to put out 100. That's what $60,000. Kò pọ̀. That's the truth. We will get 100 Ọgbomọsọ people who will do that. And only 50 naira, I only have $50, $100. No. It's for us to develop town. The money government is not allocating to us. Let's get it from Allah to bless one for that one. God has blessed us for this time, for such a time as this. Ẹ jẹ́ sọ fún mi ojú àwọn onígbàgbọ́ lè ní ìgbà tí ọlọ́run pilẹ̀ ṣe ayé ó ti mọ̀ pé ó máa jẹ́ ṣọ́kọ̀. Ó lè ti fi owó sí ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ yín ní ọwọ́ for the time. Iṣẹ́ tí ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ yín ní ẹ̀ẹ̀mọ̀ jíjẹ́ fi níṣẹ́ yìí nítorí ìdí nìyí. It's for this time. Only ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ yín ní ìdí pé ilé-iṣẹ́ ìpè ọlọ́run fún yín níṣẹ́ yẹn fún àsìkò yìí ni. Ṣé ẹ̀fẹ́ sọ fún yín pé ọlọ́run mọ̀ fọ́n mọ̀ ṣẹlẹ̀ máa jẹ́ tọ́jú bí ọlọ́run mọ̀ gbogbo ẹ̀sìn ló mọ̀ yẹn gbogbo ẹ̀sìn ló gbàgbé yẹn pé orí ìyá ọ̀hún láti wá gbogbo ẹ̀sìn ló gbàgbọ́ yẹn. Ọlọ́run ò ṣe é lọ́mọ Òṣogbo ọlọ́run ò ṣe é lọ́mọ Ọ̀sẹ́yìn ó ṣe é lọ́mọ Ògbómọ̀ṣọ́ nítorí mọ̀ ẹ̀dá àsìkò ni máa gbé That's it. Ọlọ́run ìgbé àsìkò yìí máa dé ta máa ní ìdí láti tún ìlú wa ṣe because Ọlọ́run ti kú Ògbómọ̀ṣọ́ jù òótọ́ ni mo sọ fún yín Ọlọ́run ti kú wá jù a lot of us adébí ni à ń ṣe dáadáa lásán kọ́ là ń ṣe dáadáa ọ̀kẹ́ mi èèyàn tẹ bá níbi ìtumọ̀ ṣe dáadáa tó yìí nítorí Ọlọ́run mọ̀ pé òun máa ní ìdí yín àjọ máa ṣe gbogbo ẹ̀kọ́ ní láti gbé ìlú wa lálùkẹ́ kò ní pé wọ́n ṣe tẹ tòun ṣe tẹ nǹkan wọn ṣe yẹn mọ́ we want to be united tàbá wà united agbára wà níbẹ̀ there is a force in it kò ní ká wà sí níta nílé ṣe tẹ no ìkọ́ táwa ìjókòó ṣe ń lé sí ni yẹn àmàmọ́ area of need that's why we want everybody that's why we are employing I'm still employing people that all they are working on is this. I want one person for each committee. That's where I'm going. I've employed 6. Next one, we are employing another 2. I want one person to run each committee, to be in charge of each committee, to make sure that each committee is fulfilling their vision. They are doing what they are supposed to do. That's it. So that we can make sure that this town turns around. Ọ̀yọ́ State come also you. Ọgbomọsọ ni mo sọ Nàìjíríà kan ni mo sọ Ọgbomọsọ ni mo sọ èdè kan náà ni gbogbo wa ìlú kan náà ni gbogbo wa ẹ jẹ́ ká tún ìlú wa ṣe let's do this now let us nǹkan tó ti máa jí ní Ògbómọ̀ṣọ́ báyìí ó máa ń tún mi pé ìlú tí Ọlọ́run bless by because the number of people who call me all the time. Who just want to when I have a young kid when I'm 63 I'm a grandfather so the ones who are young lórí bàbá àná dàgbà kan bàbá ló jẹ́ sí mi when I'm not young retirement age mo wà so but I hope you understand what I'm saying. Yes. I want us to support this vision. You might say I don't have money today, but you are not going to remain like this. Èyí sọ fún yín, àwọn kan bá mi wà ní at least one or two people tó yẹ pé mo ti jáde fáyé lóró. Prosperity máa ń tẹ̀lé mi ni o. Kò tó àwọn ọmọ fún yín o. Àwọn èèyàn ò ní àkàrà mi o. You will start to see the difference. Kò tó àwọn ọmọ fún yín o. Nítorí nǹkan tá a fẹ́ ṣe yìí Ọlọ́run láti fún wa lówó fún Ọlọ́run ti provide owó yìí the good thing is that this money is provided the unfortunate thing is that the money is in your hand. That's the only the good thing is that Ọlọ́run ti provided the unfortunate thing is that ọwọ́ yìí ló wà but the hope we have is that you will support it. That's the hope we have. That's the hope we have is that unfortunately it's in your hands, it's in your pocket. But the hope we have is that you will bring it out to support. You can start to give through our website. You can give to whatever you want. One thing is this, again something you know, in my 30s, like I told you, I was sitting on board of financial company, and I know what trust is. I knew one of our companies that was doing very well, and I knew extremely well. When the trust was broken by the MD of the financial institution, there was what we call the run. Everybody bought me in combination. In less than 2 months, the company collapsed because trust was no more there. Let me tell you that I learned that I was my 31, 32 years old. That's when I learned that anytime you are handling money, trust must never be. Because once trust is broken, money ceases. That's why I started by telling you I brought integrity to this work. I brought integrity. Never in over 30 years as a pastor, the dad has a single scanner that has to do with money. Now, the guy has a struggle. You see, whatever you can trust me with your money, you can trust me with your gift, that we will use it for that. Let me even go further and tell you this. We are going to set up this money we are going to raise, which starts with 10 billion. We are going to have sons and daughters of Ọgbomọsọ. They are the ones who are going to run in 10 proven people. 20 people come back home one conjure add 10 billion. They will be the managers of the fund for this development. And our area of needs as we develop this time. Only. So it's not what I will be personally spending. No, that's not what it is. A bit of my bid, and my plan is that I will be one of the people who will bid the highest. Ọgbomọsọ. That's my plan. Eye tó kù fún mi kò ságbà tí wọ́n máa ń gbà fún mi láàfin yí pé màá pẹ́pẹ́pẹ́pẹ́. Eye tí mo ti lò yìí mi ò gbọ́dọ̀ ju lóró ẹ̀ mọ́. Èmi nìkan ní máa wà. Wọ́n ní màá ju bàbá ẹ̀ máa lọ wàá ju eléyìí. Mo mọ̀ ìpè ìfẹ́ ni wọ́n fi sọ but mi ò pọ̀ sí mi. Nǹkan tó kù fún wa kò pọ̀ mọ́. Ìsìnkọ́ la fẹ́ bọ orúkọ tàbí bí òjijì ìsìnkọ́. So when we ask people to give, we want you to give believing that it will transform our time. And that one you can be 100% sure that you will see the transformation. Mo sọ fún yín pé bíkì tó lọ yìí láti bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí bí ibi mo ra gbogbo ibi it cost me millions to buy it. Kàtà káṣọ owó tí a fi owó labour wọ́n dẹ̀ máa wẹ̀ tẹ̀ for the next 3 months. So the thing I want is that for us to use blessings on our fún wa láti kí ìwà ṣe. That's it. That's what we're trying to do. I'm believing that